Welcome back, guys. It's Validation Boy live stream, April 10th, 2017. To start the show off, we are joined by Earth Sweetheart, the infamous, the magnificent Earth Sweetheart. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing great. So we were talking a little bit off the air or before the show. So the weather is really good over there right now?
It's been beautiful today. It's almost been 80 degrees.
Oh, yeah, it's about perfect. Mid 70s,
Yeah.
high 70s.
Yeah, it's supposed to be sunny for the next 7 or 8 days.
So you guys are over there on the eastern seaboard.
Yep. Yes.
And I saw your video about you're saving up to get a beach house.
We're looking. We're
Yeah.
trying. Yeah, something to go to, summer, spring break, weekends.
Okay. You're not gonna do like a timeshare thing, are you?
No. No,
You
I
want
want
to
my
own, right?
own place.
You guys gonna like maybe move there permanently?
Probably in 20 years.
Okay. You looking to stay in the same state or go north or south?
Uh, Either North Carolina, South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Oh, and we've been joined by Barbi Mcgill. You there? It was a little bit muffly coming through there. All right, let me go down the list. Barbi, are you good, Barbi?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, it was just muffled. All right, let's do this. Let's do the first five in. Y'all don't count because you're on the show. But in at number 1 is Justin Bernard. And in at number 2 is, well, he might join later, so I'm not going to let him get the honor of being number 2. In at number 3 would have to be, number 2 then would have to be Nathan Oakley. And number 4, let's see, got to go down quite a ways. Some Russian something account. I don't know what it is. It's a troll. They got videos. I checked the channel. I don't know how you pronounce that. So they don't get their name read. And then we got who else? Richard Clark, the reigning defending troll champion of Validation Boy Livestream, has joined us. And we also are joined by Victoria Sarton. So hello to all out there. So okay, what's been going on? Tell me what's going on. Where you haven't made many. Let's start with Tracy, Earth Sweetheart. You haven't made too many videos as of late. You been up to something?
Yeah. Just been really busy around the house, doing things at work, busy with the kids. Nobody's really pissed me off, so I haven't really had a reason to make any videos. And
Yeah.
So then I did the one about beach house, and of course, immediately, our infamous, I don't know what you want to call him. I know what I want to call him, but I'm not going to. Said some not so nice things, so I just went ahead and did a cute little video about him really quick too.
Around these parts, Daylight, Ohio, and myself have come to dub him Flat Earth Vancouver Bird Chest.
Swamp monster.
Swamp mouth, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So, okay, how about you, Barbi?
I made a video today, but I took a couple-week break. I don't know if people notice, but every once in a while I just kind of drop off the map a bit. Because you kind of need a break from all this stuff, yeah?
Definitely, yeah.
It's like, dude, I just need a break, I love you guys, but dang it. So today I just did a silly, challenge video. Don't watch it, by the way.
No, I already watched it.
Shit.
Yep. Oh, I mirrored it on 7 accounts. No, I'm just playing. So,
how many of you guys know that song Yuck Mouth?
I never heard it before, but my girlfriend saw it and she was cracking up.
Oh, shit.
She's like, she's singing some song. What is this? I'm like, I don't know.
So when I was growing up, and during cartoons, they would have these weird little skitty things in between to try to teach you lessons. And Yuck Mouth was one of them, where they wanted you to like brush your teeth. So I'd mentioned it to someone a few days ago, and lo and behold, I was faced with a challenge, and I cannot resist a challenge. If it's within my reach, I'm going to grab it. So yeah, I only got 73 views, so I'm feeling pretty confident that Yuck Mouth won't get around.
Well, you never know what's going to happen in this scene. So
but that's about it. Tracy, how are you? I haven't talked to you in a while, hon.
I'm doing good. Just been really busy.
Awesome.
Yeah. What state are you in? I forgot what you said. Where you said.
I'm in South Carolina.
Oh, you're not far from me.
No, we're neighbors.
Yeah.
It's been really beautiful here today. The weather has been great.
Yeah.
So I meant to ask you, Barbi. So you said that you're originally from New York, and you have some Scottish background. Is that true?
Correct.
Okay. But where do you live now?
I live in South Carolina. I was born in New York. My dad was from Glasgow. When I was 2, he moved back to Scotland. I have 3 brothers there in Glasgow. My dad died in April. I was adopted. I didn't find out exactly who my dad was till it's been about like 3 years ago. And when I was ready to go see him, actually, it was too late.
Was he sick at the time?
No, actually, he wasn't. He was just old. So, but yeah, I was adopted, and my parents were great people. My mom's still alive. She's 86, guys. 86. Wow. And she drives her car by herself. She lives by herself, and she knows what chemtrails are. And she doesn't think I'm crazy. Score.
So I'm Barbi. Have you followed along with Earth Sweetheart versus Glenn Birdchest? The whole saga.
Jesus, man. You guys tear me up. I'm telling you. I try to be nice and stay out of that stuff. Because seriously, I don't like talking about people.
Oh,
but daggum, you all are funny. Tracy cracks me up, I'm not going to lie. But Glenn cracks me up too sometimes. Although I haven't seen anything come out of him in a while. So
I think I broke his heart. I think I told him that Jed and Tim don't really like him, and I think he tripped out when I said that. And ever since then, he went away.
Yeah, he's been under his rock for a while now. I think he's just now crawling back out.
I hope not.
Oh, I heard that video. The last video I heard from him, I woke up at like 7 in the morning, and I'm looking at YouTube, and there's this video about the guy, the Christian guy. What's his name?
Adam J. Doty.
Oh man, I like to fell out of the bed. I'm sorry, it was funny. I'm pretty sure everyone knows the one I'm talking about.
The incident with Lori Dale?
Probably with the hey, I just met you and this is crazy. And my son got really mad at me for it, but it was funny. Yeah, I felt sorry for Adam at the same time.
Why?
But I couldn't help but laugh. I mean, I don't know. I'm a conflicted individual. But yeah, I mean, he's always been nice to me, so it's hard for me to say bad things about people who haven't like came at me.
Yeah.
I know that sounds kind of messed up, but
No, that
at the end of the day, it's kind of how you got to be. You know what I'm saying? Although the one time when I felt like Lori was being attacked, I really got angry. And then when I realized how angry I'd gotten and some of the things that I did after that because I was so upset, I had to put myself in check. So.
You feel like you overreacted?
No, I don't feel like I overreacted so much as maybe I should have counted to 10 before I opened my mouth.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you want to defend somebody, even though you feel you're right, I can be harsh when I'm angry. Doesn't happen often, but I overreacted about Patricia. Yes, that I did, but I did apologize to her. So.
See, I don't even know about all the details of any old drama that may have. I don't even know about that stuff. I was busy making my own hit and stuff.
Yeah.
The ever wise. Let me jump this in. The ever wise Richard Clark jumps in and says, "AJD, Adam Joseph Doty, is supposed to be a Christian. We don't cheat on our wives, nor post pictures of our members, nor text them to others." So that's what the big complaint was Adam Joseph. He's supposed to be this, and he's out there doing some of the worst stuff. I'm not going to say I'm not going to say that paints Christians in a bad way because he doesn't represent all Christians. And it's kind of like goes back to what you were saying just a moment ago about, you got to give each individual person their chance, right? So that's why I had Tim Osmond on my show that one time. That's why I have P. Mars on here because P. Mars and me, we trolled each other and stuff like that. But, overall, there's a sense of respect that we share for each other. So, I can't rightfully just shut somebody out because they're not on the team,
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm coming from. And I know that maybe for some people it's really hard to understand my position, but I just feel like we're all human. And I'm not really sure what the definition of human is, but I feel like an aspect of that is that we're vulnerable and we fall on our faces constantly. And gosh knows I do it a lot. So I try to give that same, what I would want people to do to me. Wait, that didn't come out right. The way I would want, hold up, guys. The way I would want people to treat me is the way that I try to treat other people. And if I can't see like a glimmer of light in their soul, then I just leave them alone.
So that brings me over to Tracy. So with all the tit for tat and all the shit that got tossed back and forth between you and Glenn over this long period of time, do you see a glimmer of hope? Do you see a silver lining with Glenn at all?
No, I don't like him. I never will like him. I don't think he could ever do anything to make me like him.
Would you give my listeners might not know exactly who you are, but would you give them maybe a complete rundown of how it all started, or do you want to or not?
Sure, no problem.
I'd love to hear the story.
Yeah, way back when, he attacked Jeff like many people do. And, I don't take kindly to people attacking my husband. And I'm not one of those people that will sit back and watch things happen and take it. And so I said, I'm just going to do a video. Never done a video before, but I'm going to do a video. So I started doing videos about people that were doing things I didn't like. And I've never really cared if people like me or not. That's never been a problem for me because I sleep at night either way. But I decided I was just going to start doing videos, and I started doing one about him. And then he would attack me, and then so I'd go back after him, and then he'd go back after me, and then after a while, he'd crawl up under his rock, and then he'd slither back out when he had something else to say. And some people got on the bandwagon of attacking, and some didn't, and that's how it started.
I wonder what makes some people go away for a while. Sometimes I know everyone has different reasons why they do it, but I wonder why he goes away sometimes. You think it's that he's running out of ideas? You think it's that he chills the fuck out finally? Excuse my language. Do you think it's that his own wife gets on his case and says, "What are you doing? Why don't you chill out? Or you're spending too much time on that YouTube?" What do you think happens with him?
I have no idea. I doubt that if he's taking this much time to try to think of something to do or a new piece to make, then he's taking too much time, because it shouldn't take that long to throw something together.
Nathan Oakley joins in and says he pities Glenn. Glenn's a broken man. And you all remember who TJ Smokescreen Design was? You there?
I don't remember. No, I don't remember him.
Oh, okay, yeah. He was one of the original Glowbusters guys. He was on there with Bob and Jaron in the very beginning. He said, "Hey, fuck you, Validation Boy, don't cuss." So, yeah. I mean, so what's some of the worst things that Glenn ever said to you? What's some of the worst stuff that he ever did, and how does it compare to Political Hillbilly?
Oh, Hillbilly's awful. Glenn attacks in a different kind of way. Glenn attacks more like, I don't know, like that annoying kid in school that pulls your hair and you just want to turn around and knock the shit out of him. That's how he attacks. It's just an annoying thing. It's like a toothache. You just can't get rid of it.
I think he attacks people that he likes.
So whereas Hillbilly, I don't know, Hillbilly just says nasty things to people no matter what.
He's just an all around nasty guy.
I think so. I never spoke to the man before until that very day that he called me all those names. Never spoke to him a day in my life.
What had him and Jeff been arguing about something?
He was on a hangout that Jeff had a while back, where Jeff and Chris were on there, and they were trying to explain to him something about his math was wrong, and he doesn't like to be told he's wrong. And so they were doing something about the math, and they went off the air on the hangout. So they were still talking with each other, but they were off air, and they tried to explain to him about how his math was wrong, and he got really angry. And so it seemed like after that, several hangouts that he did, he just kept attacking and attacking and attacking them. And so I saw that he was on a hangout that I had been invited to, the panel Jibby had. So I went on there, and before I got on there, I was listening, and he was still attacking Jeff, attacking Chris, attacking Jeff. So when I got on there, as soon as I got on there, I said he could talk all kinds of shit before I got on there, but now that I'm on there, he couldn't say anything, and then he just.
You think maybe they were attacking Jeff because he had a larger platform?
I don't know.
More subs and stuff?
I don't know. He just seemed like every time he had a hangout, he would mention his name.
You there, Barbie?
Yes, I am here. I think people attack Jeff because Jeff is so freaking honest, and he simply does not give a rat's ass. He just says it. It's like, puh. And you got to love him for that. And if you can't love him for that, then certainly you're going to go the opposite direction. You know what I'm saying? I know a few people on here like that I feel like either you're going to respect what they say, whether you agree or not, or you're just going to dig in and despise them. I think Jed's one of those guys. I keep bringing Jed up, but I just like the guy. I can't help it, because I have respect for people. If you can speak your truth and do it with venom when you need to, then I respect that. It doesn't matter if I agree. And Jeff does that. I like that about Jeff. But other people take it as, it's a testosterone thing between guys too. It's like, mine is bigger than yours. But yeah, I think that's why people like to pick at him. I don't like it, but I know he can hold his own, so. And if he cannot, he has a pit bull of a wife.
Oh yeah.
Comes is rare.
The two of them together it's awesome. But it's like that thing with I don't know if you guys caught it, but Dell did a show. Beyond the Imaginary Curve did a show, his last one, I guess. And some Glober came in there and was telling him, they were doing the back and forth Dell versus Globe Defender, and they always get caught up in this whole thing. I was thinking about making a video about it, but there's always this whole thing where when two people are trying to yell at each other in a hangout, they both cancel each other's voices out, and then the other one has to mute the other one, or they keep talking back and forth, and then it becomes a matter of, are you going to let me talk now? Oh, you can speak after I've spoken. It's like these are implied things. I don't see why people get all caught up in that. But Dell spent if the guy was on the call with him for 30 minutes, 25 minutes out of that. 25 minutes out of that was just them exchanging metadata and niceties about whose turn is it to talk, and there's just so much time wasted with all that stuff. I just don't understand how people haven't caught on to the idea by now.
Someone asked me if I saw that. I don't recall who, and I actually have not watched that yet. I've been kind of chill on a few different people just for my own reasons and whatever. Dell's passionate. When you see that wrinkle come between his eyes, look out, because it's going to happen. But yeah, people are so quick to get pissed, and want to fuss and argue, and I'm right and you're wrong, and I don't know. I think it's a big fat reach around myself, but
what, just people arguing in general?
Arguing about the small stuff. I mean, if you want to argue about something that matters. Like the other night when I did the hangout with you and Jeremy, later I went back and I kind of put myself in check. And I was like, wow, there are a few times that I almost felt like I was rude to Jeremy, or I was saying the F-bomb or whatever, because I was getting a little passion about stuff. But I think he knows that. I think that's okay. But when you're sitting there getting pissed about dumb stuff, it's like, seriously? Are there enough hours in the day?
Yeah. So you went back and listened to it, and you felt you're just having like an introspective moment and stuff, and felt like maybe you were a little more aggressive at times that you didn't need to be, and that maybe the motive behind that aggression was maybe something petty. I mean, this happens to me all the time. I'm in the same boat with you. So, but would you say that maybe is what's happening?
I mean, everything except going back and listening to it, because unfortunately I don't have to go back and listen to it. It's like in my head. But yeah, I mean, there were a few moments there where I was like, come on, Jeremy, and dropping the F-bomb. And I know that he's an extremely intelligent gentleman. And I say the word gentleman meaningfully because he is a nice guy. I don't care what anyone says. Jim Panda is a nice guy. And I felt really bad because I was like, wow, did I have to do that? But that's me. I mean, if people want to argue, more power to you. It's just like, I don't know. It's not necessary. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, I know. So I know you host live streams as well, don't you?
I've done 2. I'm going to do a couple more this week. I did one where I sat there for an hour and a half by myself. Then the second one I did, Nathan joined me, yay. And he kind of steered everything in the right direction because he's awesome that way. But seriously, I have social anxiety. So honestly, it's hard for me, but I'm going to like make myself do it.
So with social anxiety, and I don't want to go into this if you don't want to, but so has it been something that's been with you since the teen years or since the preteen years, or is it more of a recent development?
It happened when I was a kid after my dad died. I had a little bit more of a difficult time dealing with people because I think I said this the other night. Trauma recognizes trauma. And when you've been through trauma, it's something that stays with you forever. I mean, it lightens up, things get better, you move on, but there's always this trauma, and you're always like, I don't know, I'm always looking over my shoulders, and that might not be a nice thing to say, but I don't like for people to be up in me grill. I don't want people in my space. I make videos, and it seems like I'm doing a good job, but I have this anxiety. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but I've been that way since I was a teenager. So,
Well, I mean, when I was in my late teens, I think I started having some anxiety issues. But then my dad died when I was 21, 22 years old. And I had a lot of anxiety around that time. But after he passed away, I kind of got a real good grip on things, and I haven't had any kind of anxiety breakdowns or anything it's beyond years. I can't even count anymore. I think it's just a matter of in the moment when it's happening, you just have to, I don't know what the expression is, go through and get out the other side, basically. The only way out is through going through, I guess is what you'd say, and you just got to think yourself through it. You got to think about all the good things in life. You got to think about the fact that, you're alive, you're healthy, all the positives. I just look at all the positives, and it would just kind of go away. You just really have to conquer yourself in those moments, when you have anxiety. But I know social anxiety is not the same thing as general anxiety attacks. I know it's a vastly different thing. So I might be just speaking out my, blowing hot air right now.
no, you're not. I mean, anxiety is anxiety. I've had panic attacks. Wow, I can't believe I'm saying this. Maybe I am having a breakthrough, but I was in the grocery store years ago with my kids. I'm buying groceries, and all of a sudden I'm freaking out. Don't ask me why. I can't even tell you. But I left all the groceries in the store. I told the kids, I said, get in the car. We got to get out of here. And I had a panic attack. I actually could not stand up. I could not breathe. Now, that doesn't happen to me anymore. But social anxiety for me is just like this invasion of space. I have like this 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot space around me, and unless I invite you in it, I can't breathe. So even doing videos, I feel like I'm letting people into my space. And kind of maybe that's a little bit of the reason why I started doing videos, because I was like, man, if I can do this, I can do anything.
Yeah, because that's definitely an extroverted thing to do. Put yourself out there and, your face and everything. I couldn't even put out my face for a long time. Everything I did was those narration pieces.
Yeah, so when I started videos, that was like my first thing. I was like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm going to put my face to it, like it or not, here I am. But when it's like a hangout or whatever, I can't sit still. And that's why I don't like having my camera on, because I'm here, I'm all over the place. I'm up, I'm down, I'm moving around. People see that. In fact, I did a couple hangouts with Jed, and I had people say, oh my gosh, you are wiggling all over the place. And I don't realize it till later. So, but yeah, I'm working on it. And I think it's something we all have a tad of. I'm touched a bit more with it. I'm not sure.
Yeah. That's normal though. I mean, you just have energy. Some people are just energetic. I'm the same way. Like doing this live stream is very difficult for me. I finally figured out how to, use my phone, jump on here so I could stand up and walk around and do things, have a cigarette. I can't sit still either. It's tough for me. I'm a delivery driver. That way I don't have to be in one place for too long during my whole work shift. Never in one place for too long.
That's interesting you say that, because I have an education. I'm an educated woman, but when it came to the workforce, I worked manual labor all my life until, I had an accident and couldn't anymore, because I felt free that way. I couldn't imagine myself like sitting in this space. I tried that actually when I trained for a certain position, and I worked that position, and I was like, oh, I can't do it. And then people say, oh, you're ADD, but I'm not sure that ADD is a thing. I think it's more of a gift. That's me. But when you're ADD, you think it's a gift. But yes, I have lots of energy. I cannot sit still.
Is Tracy still there?
I am, but I'm going to have to step away for a minute. I've got a friend on the way over to bring. We've got all the kids are having sleepovers tonight, so I've got kids coming in and out. I may have to step away for about 30 minutes. I sent you something in the panel chat.
Okay.
Jeff said if you want him to come on, to send him the link, and he'll come on for a few minutes.
Okay.
But I will be back. I'm going to have to go for about 30 minutes, though.
Okay, cool. Yeah, come back, because I feel like I just haven't been able to get to you,
Okay, thanks. But I will be back, yes.
Okay.
Thanks. See you soon.
See ya. Bye. Okay, you still there? So, you want to talk any more about that, or no?
Oh, about my retardation?
I'm not trying to talk. No. Oh, come on.
Look, here's the thing. It's a funny thing about people with social anxieties, because I know other people like myself. We are the first to admit we are totally like weird. I mean, I understand that. So it doesn't bother me to say, yeah, I think retarded is a bad word. I shouldn't say that. But I understand that I have issues, and I don't mind telling people. If that helps them to understand me better, then that's cool, because I definitely want people to understand me, because I love people. That's the whole crazy thing about it all, is I love people. I just want to reach out and hug them all,
Yeah.
if they stay 4 feet away.
Did you say you had a degree?
I'm trained and licensed in insurance sales. I went to school for other stuff. I went to school for music. I had some opportunities there to maybe make a really, really good career out of it. I also played basketball, so I had some opportunities there as well. But when it came time to like make those commitments and do those things, I just couldn't. So I went and got more training in insurance. Can you imagine that? And I worked in that field for a while and saw what a scam it was. And
Definitely.
and then I decided, guess what? I'm going to just start doing vinyl siding. I'm going to start painting houses. I actually worked for like cable companies, and I did line tech work. And I loved it. So, and then I had an accident and it was all over with, but the crying. But I don't think an education guarantees you anything. Not anymore. I'm not saying don't get an education. I'm saying that I know people with college degrees that work at McDonald's. So.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, problem is the jobs that pay real good, usually you got to be there at 6 a.m. and you got to leave there at 6 p.m. and you don't have a life and you're rich, but you die young. You know, and that's the name of the game. That's the game that gets played. So I'd rather take it easy, work a little less, have sanity, have time to myself. I got too much going on up here to just sit in an office for, 10 hours a day. I mean, it could be done. I've done it before, but I like to move around. I like to interact, not even necessarily with people, because I kind of just treat it like a video game in a weird kind of way. I come to the people, I give them their stuff. They give me money. I stack money, wads of money in my pocket, and then I go home. I do a live stream, and that's just what I need. You won't see me slaving away, acting like But then again, I'm also not really in a rush to have kids or anything like that. So I feel like it's okay for me to do what I'm doing. I guess you only live once. And why do I want to just live just for someone else's life? I'm not. I guess ready to do something like that at the moment.
No, I think delivery is great. The first job I ever had was for a pizza place. I drove a 1967 Chevy Chevelle with a 350 engine in it, Holley dual feed carburetor. That car would do 120, no problem. I loved that job. I never had a late pizza, although I spent plenty of money putting tires on the car. And I made good money. People don't realize pizza delivery drivers make heaps. And then I moved back to Florida and did some bartending and worked a couple bike weeks there. Then I went back to New York. I bought a bar in New York, ran that bar for a while, and made killer dollies there too. So the service industry is awesome if you're able to deal with the public. No shame in that game.
Yeah, and it's never going to go away either. It's something that's always going to be there.
Absolutely, people are always going to have their hands out saying, I wanna.
So we've been joined by Flat Still Earth. How's it going, bro? Oh, maybe he's not available. Maybe he's just chilling out. And
I'm
we've
here.
been rejoined. Oh, there you are.
I'm on my phone, so I'm having a problem getting to the mute button. How's it going?
Okay. What's going on today? What are you doing?
I'm just relaxing. I'm looking at the moon right now. That's what I was seeing the video I had going. Let me see if I can get it back.
Let me ask Barbi one more thing. All right, what's going on there?
What's that?
Is that the moon right there, right over that tree?
Yeah. It's going in some clouds right now, but yeah, that's the moon. I can't.
It's kind of big.
Yeah, I can't zoom in. It won't let me zoom.
I thought you had the top phone. Oh no, you don't.
But when you're in this hangout, it doesn't zoom.
Oh yeah, okay. So Barbie, what's this Challenge Mondays really all about?
It's totally like I said. I actually mentioned to a friend about this whole yuck mouth thing, and they were like, "Yuck mouth? Well, I dare you to get on your channel and make a video about yuck mouth." And I was like, "Oh no, you didn't." And so, in order to smooth things over today, and while I was sitting there actually feeling like a total tard, I thought, well, let's just make, how else do you make it all look better? But by saying, hey, every Monday, let's have a challenge. I thought it worked beautifully.
What if every Monday somebody challenges you?
I want you guys to do that. I think it would be fun. I really thought about it, and I thought, don't we need some fun? And I'm all about the fun, people. So yes, challenge me, but don't make it lewd or criminal unless you honestly think I can get away from it with it. But I think we need to employ fun in our lives, particularly when we're in the position that we are all in. You know, where we're looking at doom and gloom, and I don't want people to feel bummed out all the time. Plus, I cannot resist a challenge. I can't.
So is it like you're supposed to name 3 people now or something like that?
Not
Like
anybody that wants to, if somebody has an idea about a challenge, lay it down, and we can pass this on if you guys like. I think we could make this quite interesting by saying, if I fulfill my challenge, then I can pass it to someone else. It could be fun.
Yeah, but I mean, people will start getting too embarrassed. They'll be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that, you know, or whatever.
Are you serious? Did you see what I did today?
I know. Like, if you had to dare Vlad, what would you dare him to do?
Who are we talking about?
Flat Still Earth Vlad, if you had to dare him, what would you dare him to do?
Ooh, I'm trying to think. Does he live in the United States?
Yeah, I'm in Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, let me think. Ooh, to go to McDonald's and order a Have It Your Way, because the Have It Your Way is actually from Burger King. So when you do it, when you get to the window, you have to sing "Have It Your Way, Have It Your Way" at Burger King.
That's funny you say that. I always, whenever, if I don't go to fast food that often, but I usually go to Taco Bell or something, and I'll order a double cheeseburger at Taco Bell. They're like, this isn't a burger joint. I'm like, what good are you?
But seriously, that would be a great, I mean, I'm not talking about asking people to do like dirty and lewd stuff. I'm asking you to be silly.
Yeah, exactly.
So, do you accept my challenge?
Do I have to record it?
Yes,
Oh.
you have to record it.
Oh, geez, let's see. I don't know if I can sing that or not. I have to see what the song sounds like.
Seriously, watch my video that I made today. I will inspire you.
I'll take you up on that.
Yeah.
I'll record the reactions to the people I'm singing it to. It won't be me. I'm going to record me just in the background.
Nah, then you won't be a winner.
You got to have a camera set up across the street.
Oh.
And one in the car with you so you can get the dual, and you got to edit them together.
Oh, no. Oh, it's got to be through the drive-thru?
I mean, do it how you wish. If you want to walk in the joint with your camera rolling into McDonald's or Hardee's, I don't care, whichever you prefer. And when they say, "May I take your order, please?" then you asked them for a fucking Whopper?
But I gotta sing this song though, right?
Yes, you do. You have to say, have it your way. Have it your way at Burger King. And you have to post it. Then
All
you
right.
will be the winner.
Yeah, but what if you win?
I mean,
A what?
I got to think about that. But don't you guys think it's like fun? I mean,
Oh yeah, I do that all the time. Anyways, that's what I was saying. I do that when I go into Taco Bell, ask for a burger, or a double cheeseburger.
yes, but you don't get to set the rules. See, that's the whole thing. Someone else.
Yeah, I know that. Well, I'm already used to doing goofy stuff, so I'm okay with that.
Hey, I think it's just a good idea. It's like
Yeah.
everybody is so eager to bash each other. Let's be eager to laugh at each other. You
Yeah, we're
know,
laughing
to
at
smile
ourselves.
at each. It's because honestly, I knew I would make that video today, but I wasn't sure exactly how I'd feel about it or whatever. But again, I'm like this person. I'm like winner, winner, chicken dinner. I'm gonna do it, and it's cool. It makes you feel good. And if I could share that with other people, I'm all for it. So anybody that wants to, you know, be in these challenges, let's do it. That's what I say.
When are you gonna do your next live stream?
Um, well, maybe tomorrow, because Tuesday seems to be a decent day.
You mean like there's not many shows going on that night?
Yeah, because I mean, I don't want to like try to do a hangout when someone else is doing a hangout or whatever, just out of respect. You know, that's me. And the last one I did, I was kind of waiting around for Dells to get over or whatever. Um, no offense to Dell, because obviously I was trying to pay him some respect. But then I got to thinking, maybe I should just pick days when people aren't really doing hangouts or whatever. I don't know. But I'm thinking tomorrow.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I used to think the same way, but you know, sometimes if you just want to go live, your best bet is to just go live because something good's always going to come out of it. If you're feeling a certain way and you want to express it at that moment, just do it, you know, and people can watch it later or they could just come in live. Maybe it's going to be better than whatever's going on at that moment for at least some of the people. They'll rather watch you than watch him, for example, you know. Because I went live and then Vlad here told me Antonio's live right now. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know. So I'm not doing it to go against Antonio. I'm just having my own show, you know.
No, I totally agree. In fact, the last hangout I did where, like I was saying, it kind of ran into time with Dells and I was sort of waiting. And Nathan politely said, you know, Barbie, just get on with it. Because Nathan's good that way. It's like he has this electric poker that he sticks right under your butt and goes zap. Um, and it kind of worked out because no sooner than I started, I think he stopped. Um, but yeah, I'm thinking tomorrow. And I would love for people to join me because I don't want to sit there by myself, but I will. And we will talk about Burger King challenges and all kinds of crazy shit unless someone joins me.
Are you gonna go for like 4 hours or something like that?
Not, I think the two I've had, it's been like an hour and a half.
Yeah, okay. Because once you go past 2 hours, do you know about that whole thing with the 2 hour mark?
I don't. Inform me.
Okay, yeah. When you're doing a live stream, at least for me, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for everybody. But you know how you've seen a show, right? And you know, oh, that show was on for 3 hours, and you're like, well, I'm just gonna watch the whole thing later. You go back to it, and you only get, from 103 to 303. You know, you basically get the last 2 hours. So if your show was 4 hours and 15 minutes, well, you're going to get the last 4:15 to 2:15, and then everything before that uploads later.
Oh, wow.
So
To
it's
be
like
fair, I couldn't sit still that long. In fact, the last one I did with and Nathan and Martin were on there, I actually had to get up and say I had to go to the bathroom. So like an hour and a half is my limit. But gosh, you can say a whole heap of stuff in an hour and a half, yeah?
definitely, yeah. I spent many live stream all by myself, so it can be done.
Oh, I've watched your live streams by yourself. I'm not that interesting.
See, I'm not interesting. I'm just a klutz. But I got my show.
There's like 31 people watching. I learned this lesson about not looking at chat
Yeah.
because when I look at chat, I get totally mad if people are saying mean stuff, specifically to me. But yeah, you got 31 people. You got Ali B and Richard Clark and Shrumanati and just heaps of people. Yay. Oh, Vince is in there too. I like Vince. Vince is awesome.
Yeah,
Who's
there's quite a
Vince?
few people there.
Who's Vince? Hey. Can you forward the link to Jeff?
Oh, he's getting ready to take a shower now.
Oh, okay.
But when he gets out, if you're still on, I will.
Okay. Well, what's going on? You came back earlier than we thought.
Oh, yeah. Friend just came by, dropped her son off. Like I said, the kids are having a big sleepover, and I thought she was going to stay, but she dropped him off and left, so I'm back.
Okay. I don't know if you guys know the news. I don't know if you want to talk about it, Vlad, but anything going on recently in the family situation you want to talk about or not really?
Yeah, I can. I have a cousin that has passed away. Actually, he had a heart attack last Monday, and then he had him on that life support until Friday. I don't know why they drug it out so long. They pretty much figured he probably died on Monday. But he had a daughter that lived. I think she's in. This is in Phoenix, and she's in like in Michigan or something. So she flew out there, and I guess they want for some reason she wanted him on life support until she got there. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm out here in Alabama, and it happened in Phoenix. The crazy thing is his brother, my other cousin, he passed away not even 6 months ago. He's only 49, so it's pretty crazy. But their dad had died in 1981 at 49, also, all heart attacks too. You know, thankfully, it's on the dad's side because their mom is my dad's sister. So, and she's still alive. She's 77 right now, and still doing good. And she's a little overweight, but and health-wise, she's still going.
So
Go ahead.
these guys are on your dad's side or your mom's side?
On my dad's side.
Oh, so the obvious thing is, I think Richard Clark was in there saying it earlier. Is like,
No. It's my it'd be from their dad's side because all their dad's side he's not related to me. It's a different family because their mom is related to my dad, but all the heart problems is on their dad's side of the family. My uncle and all their uncles had passed away at an early age too. So it's just they're just waiting for their time to go. You know, it's pretty sad, but that's what they've been doing.
So you're not tied to that? You're not at high risk?
I don't think so because I was saying my aunt, my grandparents, my grandfather lived to be 82, and my grandmother was like 76, 77. So yeah, they live pretty old. I'm gonna plan on living until be 125, or 126, so I can meet my great grandkids. I figured it already out, so I have to be 126 to do that.
Yeah. I mean, you're a pretty active dude though, so I think.
Yeah, and I never smoked. They smoked and drank, so I never did any of that. So that didn't help things either. So I've pretty much been healthy my whole life, not doing certain things, except for jumping out of planes.
Yeah.
I went skydiving one time when I was 31. I jumped out. First time I ever been in a plane, I jumped out of it. I went skydiving.
Yeah. I don't know if the panelists know about that story.
What's that?
I don't know. I don't know if Tracy and Barbie know about that story. If they heard you talking about that before.
No, I've only.
Oops. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, tell her about that, bro.
Where'd he go?
Oh, I don't know. I think he's on his phone. He's probably trying to mute and he accidentally hung up or something. But yeah, apparently, he never flew. And the first time he ever was it.
Damn there. It kicked me out.
It kicked you out.
Yeah, that was weird. I was just talking and it went doo-doo-doo. I left a hangout. Yeah, I'd never been in a plane before. And I was 31, which would be that's 16 years ago. Yeah, 16 years ago. And some friends of mine said they're going to go skydiving. I'm like, I want to go. Never been in a plane or nothing. And the first time I ever got in a plane, I jumped out of it 2 miles high. Because it's 2 miles. You go up 2 miles and you jump out and you free fall for a mile and then you pull the chute and then you free fall the rest of the way. And what I was tripping on with that was it's really, really cold up there. And then but there's probably about half a mile you hit this heat. And it was in the middle of the summer in Phoenix. And it was like super cold way up there. It was kind of baffled me because I always know the whole thing was being heat rising. I always wondered how that worked. Because as soon as I got close to the ground, it got super hot. So I thought that was kind of odd. And that was, 2003? That was in 2001. Yeah, it was in 2001. Actually, a couple months before, it was like in July of 2001, which would be a couple months before the September 11th thing. I remember all that. So yeah, that's my story.
Cool. I think it'd be cool to jump out of an airplane. I don't want to get in one.
So let's go around the horn. All right, Tracy, you first. How long you been in, and then Barbie, and then Vlad. How long you been in the conspiracy research arena, just in general, and over all the years, what's been your most intriguing, most favorite, most fun topic? Go for it.
I've never really been in conspiracy things. I mean, I joined Hangouts and stuff about a year ago because Jeff was always on the computer. I wanted to know who he was talking to and what they were talking about. And when he said they were talking about flat Earth, I just kind of give him that look like you're an idiot. And never really believed in it. Still don't believe it. Never will. You can't convince me. But I like the people in it. Most of them, they're really cool. But I think the biggest thing that I've been really hitting on is chemtrails. Like tonight, our moon is out. It's really bright, and the sky is full of chemtrails.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, they lay it on thick in Central Florida, just at random times. You'll come out and there's 20, 30 in the sky, and then other times we go months and there's nothing, or what appears to be nothing. But yeah.
Yeah, it's really bad tonight. It's usually worse at night here than it is during the day. You can see it when the moon's out. It's awful.
That's weird. I know I've seen it, and then I've seen it descend at night and just become a smog over the neighborhoods and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. That sounds scary.
Yeah.
How far, relatively, how are you guys, like 5 miles inland, or are you closer to like 200 miles inland, or somewhere in between, or something like that?
Oh, we're about 200 miles inland.
Okay. So you're not, okay. So you guys get some serious wind over there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to Barbie. How about you, Barbie?
Whoops, sorry. I was paying attention.
No problem.
For me, the biggest conspiracy is propaganda, media, government pushers. I find that most interesting. Don't get me wrong, I find flat Earth very interesting as well. But at the end of the day, what initially grabbed my interest to make videos was the media, you know, and what they're pushing out there to people, and also chemtrails. I'm with Tracy on that. In fact, I'm baffled to why we can't nail these feckers down for these chemtrails. But yeah, does that make sense what I said?
Yeah, 100%. I'm right with you. Yeah. I know Vlad knows about some chemtrails. He got some footage of some chemtrails while he was trying to film the curvature in a plane. Is that right, Vlad?
Yeah, it was up in Colorado, Denver area. Just I'd probably say about 20 miles before the airport. I was just recording, and all of a sudden I seen this plane. We followed it for a long time. I wish I'd got more video. I only had about a minute and a half. But I was trying to get the plane, but the plane was just keeping up just enough that it was past the wing where I couldn't get an actual shot of the plane that was letting out all that stuff. And it wasn't contrails at all. It was coming off the wings a certain way, which is what those chemtrail planes do. And then about halfway through that, there was another plane that went to, because that was going like southeast to northwest as we were flying together. And then going from east to west, there was another plane that went right past us. So I have that video. It shows both of them. It's not a lot of footage, but it's got footage showing all that. I was like, wow. So I got to see him from above. I thought that was pretty crazy and pretty close. I mean, not real close, but you can tell what it is.
Yeah. You know, how do you think the interaction between men and women has evolved over your experience involved in the flat Earth community? Have you seen any trends? Have you noticed anything? Do you have anything that you'd like to say about it? You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. I'm just curious.
I guess for me, it seems like there's more, I don't know, there's more men in it than women, it seems like.
Yeah, but have you noticed any like positive or negative trends as far as like the social, interactions, the quality of the social interactions between like men and women, stuff like that over time?
Honestly, I honestly have not really paid attention. I honestly have not.
What do you think, Barbie?
It depends on are we talking about? Just communication or feminism, or because I've got tons of thoughts on that stuff. I don't think communication has changed at all. I think we move through time and we go with the flow. However, I think that feminism has put a big fat ugly stamp on things. Wow. Yeah, maybe I should shut up now, but I don't think things have changed a ton. I think people are people, and they're going to say what they're going to say. And if you have a good rapport with someone, it's just that way. That's how it's going to be. So pick the right person to spend your time with, and you're okay.
Vlad, how do you feel about it?
Let's see. I don't know, it seems like it feels like everybody's getting along a lot better, to an extent, but people that are going to cause problems are going to cause problems, and there's no turning away from that. If you're just that type of person, then it doesn't matter what mindset you're in, because that is your mindset. It doesn't matter if you're male or female, or if it's towards a male or a female. That's just how you're going to be. I've noticed it has carried. I ain't going to say specifically, but it has carried over in some instances. I think we all know all the instances those are. But other than that, I mean, everybody seems to, are willing to get along, on both ends, on both sides.
I mean, yeah, but it's just funny because here, go on mute there. Yeah, it's just funny because there's people like Political Hillbilly that will be one way towards people just because they're female, and then there's others like yourself, myself, many others who are totally welcome to the female presence in conspiracy arena. And in flat Earth, I think it's evolved in a generally positive way. I know that the fact that there weren't that many women at all to begin with might have been the reason why some of the really bad stuff happened early on. But now that there's more of a female presence, I think it's one of the best things that could have happened. What do you guys think?
I'll agree with that.
I know Tracy's not a flat earther, so she's probably like, I don't care, huh?
Yeah, that's true. Either way. Jeff's back. If it's okay with you, I'm going to send him the link.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Hey, Vlad, you ever been on the air with Jeff?
No, I haven't. I've only seen probably a handful of his videos, which are pretty cool. That interesting with the helmet ones. I got the motorcycle helmet on, talking as he's got it on, which I thought was interesting. So yeah, that'd be a first time here.
But Barbie, you've spoken with Jeff. You've spoken with Jeff before, right?
I have. I like Jeff. I think Jeff's fair. But getting back to your original statement about this acceptance of women in this forum, etc. You have some people who are just far too ingrained in thinking that women are below intelligence. And again, I am not a feminist, people, so I realize the differences in men and women. I appreciate it. I think it's beautiful. But at the same time, there are guys who don't appreciate the female intellect. I have run into those. And so then what ends up happening is ladies tend to dumb themselves down in society, or they either push it totally in the opposite direction. I mean, I'm not saying what guy in this flat earth thing is saying whatever. What I am saying is we are all basically coming from the same place. And if you cannot appreciate opinions from females, males, etc., you have serious brain damage. Now, I've never had any problems per se with Political Hillbilly, but I've never been in a chat with him either. So, but what I will say is Tracy is one smart cookie. Girlfriend's got some good sense. I like her. She's snappy. She's witty.
She's clear-minded, clear-headed. She's concise.
She knows exactly what she wants to say, why she wants to say it, and she doesn't sugarcoat it. Now, I'm a little bit of a sugarcoater until I get completely upset. And then it's like, fuck the sugarcoat. Here it comes. But yeah, I hate to think that guys would gauge a woman in that way. What I would hope to think is that guys and women alike would accept that we are different. Men have strengths, women have strengths, accept it and work together. But it doesn't always come down to that.
Yeah, because what I see, if you're in the arena of flat earth discussion, I mean, I guess there's people that have met, and had relationships because of this topic existing on YouTube and everything. I guess that's happened, but I kind of would assume that if you're existing on this level, talking in this arena, taking the time to make YouTube videos and interact with other YouTube content producers to, spend your time like this, I don't think that it would be like the best place to kind of like go looking for love. I don't see that flat earth necessarily has to be some kind of romantic, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we're operating on this high level of intellectual banter, and it's not about male and female, because true intellect transcends the genders. It can come from anywhere. It can come from a child. Doesn't matter. What do you say to that?
I mean, I kind of agree. Yeah, because if you're going to sit here and speak out on subjects such as this, it's definitely coming from a part of you that is thinking, and this, like you said, this intellect. And again, you either have rapport with people or you do not. And unfortunately, not everyone has the ability to have a common decency and respect for other people. And just to say, look, I want to have this banter and I want to push this back and forth with this tenacity and respect that I should have. I've seen Patricia, God love her. I know I mentioned her name a lot, but I've seen people like smack her so hard for, I'm not even sure what. I mean, I don't even know, but she's just out there sharing what she feels about stuff the best way she can do it. And damn, she's good at what she does. And why can't everybody just respect her for that and say, yay? And I do think that like some of the resentment comes from this male dominance thing. I could be wrong.
See, what Patricia does is a unique thing. She hosts a live show. She does essentially what I'm doing, but she just does it way, way better. She's prepared. She makes it keep moving. But we've been joined by the infamous Jeff Stewart. Welcome to the chat.
Hello, this is the Queen.
So, but yeah, like I was saying. Like I was saying, she does her own thing where she contributes in a way. She fills a void that just nobody else really kind of does it, where they just host and they make it like a radio show, that it's guaranteed that it's going to move forward, and you can always count on that. And people want to see that. It's a way to keep up with the news. It's a way to have that social interaction feeling from all of this, But what I was trying to get at earlier is that the dynamic between men and women in the flat earth discussion arena, as more people come in, and it's going to be young people and stuff. And, like the games that guys try to play and try to be tough guys on girls, and the pulling of the victim card that women sometimes do to try to get drama with men. And that, I don't see that kind of stuff should necessarily be a big part of the flat earth, male versus female or male and female interactions with each other. Like I was saying, I think that this arena is better set in the intellectual side of things. And so I don't know if the point that I'm trying to make is really, I don't see people falling into that hole. I don't see that pitfall becoming a reality. And I think that's a good thing. But anyways, we can change the subject now if you guys like. And let's welcome on Jeff Stewart. Jeff, would you like to contribute to the conversation now?
I have nothing to contribute. I'm just here because I got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And I like your hangouts. I listen to your hangouts, so I figured I'd go ahead and join up with you and see what was going on. I'd like to say hi to a lot of people that are in chat.
Okay.
well, hi to everybody in chat, everybody out there. It's a lot of people out there. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Richard Clark.
Yeah.
I don't understand how he's even still on YouTube. Hey, Barbi, how you doing?
Hello, Mr. Jeff. How are you?
I am fine. I am fine. I am fine. And my lovely wife also on the panel here. She's been sucked into this flat earth thing. I tell you, I don't even know what to do about it anymore.
You gotta love a loyal Southern woman, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. So what's up with your validation, boy? What's going on with you? What are you doing?
My loyal Southern woman, the sweetheart, the apple of my eye, my angel, my goddess. She's, at work right now. So this is what I do to pass some time. Talk to people. Do a validation boy live stream. That's all.
10-4.
My lady inside the house considers herself a Southern belle.
Yep.
Hey, who is flat still earth?
Vladimir.
Are you in studio mode or what?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Not you. No,
Oh.
not you. No, validation.
What's up?
Are you in studio mode in your audio settings? Is anybody else getting an echo?
I don't have echo.
All right, good. All right. Oh no, I'm still getting the echo on myself. Who's echoing? Everybody turn your mic off and say something.
It only comes on when Vlad has his phone not muted.
It's the dude in the green. It's Vlad.
No, it's not me. I have a headphone in. I don't know how it's echoing.
Well, now it's
Google Hangouts is about glitchy anymore.
I'm gonna unplug it and
If
try
you're on a
again.
mobile, it'll toss you out about every hour and a half. It'll toss you.
Well, damn.
How about now?
That
That's better.
sounds good now. Oh, now I still hear myself, but I don't hear you. Validation. In your Google Hangouts, top middle of the screen on the right, there's a little settings button. Click on that button.
I'm there. What's up?
And see if you got studio mode checked in the audio options. I think it's in that settings button. I don't know if you got to go in through that little.
It's asking me to go studio. I'm gonna swap the left and right stereo channels.
No, don't go into studio mode. You don't want to be in studio mode.
I'm not.
So if you're not in studio mode, that's good. All right. I'm not getting an echo now.
Okay, yeah. So how come you ain't made no videos lately, buddy?
Oh no, I've been making a video lately. Y'all just ain't really seen it. I showed a piece of it, but I've been working on some. I took some time off. I just wanted to get away from the internet, period. I mean, other than having to do research for work, looking stuff up, but just, other than my regular radio shows that I listen to on a, daily basis of what because I don't watch TV or nothing. So, just trying to get my head together, figure out what I really was trying to accomplish, and I about got something nailed down. I about got it ready.
Well,
and,
so you got
because
something
I'm
big.
stupid, so it takes me a lot longer to do stuff than.
Well, no, so you got something big coming out then.
Other people. I got a new type of broadcast coming out. It's something that, well, there's one guy that kind of did it a little bit, but nobody knows who he is or what he did. So I'm not ripping somebody as much as I'm kind of morphing. It's kind of anyway, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm going to be doing live streams, like a radio show, and I'm going to have a number where people can call in, because a lot of people want to talk. Now, obviously, I wouldn't let Richard Clark call in, but anybody other than Richard Clark could call in and speak their mind, because a lot of people don't want to connect. Like maybe they're listening on their telephone, and they got something to say, but they know to try to connect via Hangouts. They might have even tried it once before. It can be a task depending on the equipment that you have. And but calling a number on a telephone, you'll have a crystal clear connection. So I've been trying to put that together to figure out the OBS software and integrating a Google telephone platform into it. And I was running into a lot of problems there, but I got that figured out, I think, pretty much. Short of actually doing it live.
There's not an automated Google function service that just allows you to do these things if you want to take it to the next level.
Well, I'm using open source broadcasting software, so I can put like my voice on a compressor and just other stuff. I can have clips ready to go. It's not like being on a Hangout and sharing files, which is very it's a task on your system. Like if you were talking about something and wanted to share a video clip, not audio, and just certain parts of it, well, then you got to bring it up and skip around and stuff like that. But to have clips of what you're talking about ready to go, ready to click on, open up, and whatever, and to allow people who are talking about something, and I had to build up a huge library over the last 10 years of different stuff. So I got a lot of video footage of stuff. So when people start talking about something, even like 9/11, whatever, I can have it going ready to go. And they don't even have to even know that's going on. They just know they're talking about something.
That's cool. So let me get this one thing out of you. Okay. You contributed something great. If you'd like to, it'd be great if you could give my viewers a short summary concerning your opinion on why the 8 inches times mile square is erroneous.
It's faulty math. Although it might work out to, whatever miles. The truth about it is it wouldn't matter if the math is correct or not. You don't know, and you're not, and you don't know. So there's no point. It's like crying over spilled milk. People, and I have had fallouts and fights with people over the math where you just say, no, that's not right. That's just clearly not right. That's clearly not right. So I'd say if you want to find out what it is, well, that's great. Well, everybody does. That's great. That's great. But don't ever assume that some other math that somebody else gave you is even correct, or a map or anything. I don't believe in anything anymore. Well, I mean, my wife will tell you that. I don't believe anything. I see chemtrails in the sky. I know what the fuck they are. I see GMOs. I see them doing everything that you remember Wesley Clark in 2001, before 9/11 happened, going on.
Wesley Clark
and laying it out, how many countries and what countries we're going to invade, and we followed it to a T. Donald Trump got in there. This is what's been occupying my mind lately. Donald Trump, I shield for that son of a bitch, and the first thing he gets in there, he said, he's going in. He's, I'm gonna drain the swamp, and that bitch is going to jail, and I'm going to get all the illegals out, and I'm going to put a wall in America first, and America is the greatest, and make America great again, and get blah 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 blah. He gets in, and he's, for the last 3 months, he's been like, well, I can't get that done. I can't get that done. I can't get that done. I can't. Oh, but I got this little button over here, and see what happens. He can send missiles to some freaking country we shouldn't even be in, But he can't make marijuana. What the hell? What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Am I missing something, or is the world gone and completely insane? The GMOs are working. The fluoride is working. The chemtrails are working. I'm not sure why I have yet to become unaffected, and I have not gone crazy yet like everybody else. But
You have.
I'm
We all
right
have-
along,
we all
right there with you, Jeff. And
We
I'm
all
thinking,
have.
why am I the only one that sees all this stuff?
It's right in your fucking face.
I blame it on the media and movies.
absolutely, your culture has been completely changed. Your history has been completely changed. Everything that you think you know about history, it doesn't matter whether it's the Bible or, and I know there's a lot of people in chat that are real religious people, and I'm just saying that y'all don't know anything about your history. Nobody does. It's all been distorted and changed and rearranged, and and a little bit of culture, if you're from the United States, Canada, whatever, a little bit of culture that you do have is just so short that it's meaningless. And we're when we're out there dicking around, I mean, with all these, it's just it's insane. I think they're just trying to convert the system. They don't want to crash the system, they want to convert the system. But they're covering a bunch of other agendas as they go along. They're covering that transhumanism agenda. They're covering that. And that's probably the most important one for them. They want to get you to move into a machine. Not you, but your children or your children's children or their children. These people have 100-year plan. You got a fucking, if you're lucky, you got 1 month's worth of damn paycheck to cover your bills. They got 100-year plan. You're lucky if you can pay your cable bill on time. They got 100-year plan.
So Jeff, it's safe to say that even if I could convince you that the Earth was flat, it don't really matter that much. Is that what you're saying?
I think on a personal level, it should matter a lot.
Why personal? What do you mean personal versus what? Public or personal versus?
Well, because the public opinion, it is just even if the gods shine, even if God came down and talked to everybody at the same time and said, and he proved to everybody all at one time at the same time in the blink of an eye, pow, he was God, and then said, oh yeah, by the way, he proved to everybody in their minds that he was God. Without a doubt, everybody, even the atheist, was like crying, like, I can't believe I was saying this over like but he proved to everybody all at one time he's God, right? And then he said, oh yeah, by the way, it's flat.
Well, if God,
how many people do you think at that point would say, well, you can't be God because it's not flat, it's a globe?
Well, yeah. I mean, but if God was here and present, we'd already be way past dealing with any kind of government control issues, which is what Flat Earth is really all about. Flat Earth is really all about the fact that the governments, the matrix, whatever you want to call it, the powers that be, they actually have control over the minds that there's a possibility that we actually live on a flat Earth, and that's something that they would even cover up to that level. And I think that's what Flat Earth is for a lot of people.
For a lot of people,
some people, it's about
and for me, it was about there was a lot of salvation involved. There was a lot of what's important to you anymore, and those are the things that everybody should take home. Everybody knows how I definitely feel about what Flat Earth is now. I did a 14-part series on it, I think, and it got me a lot of Flat Earth enemies. And it's not like I was trying to make enemies. I was just trying to say, hey, look, we see the antics and the crazy amount of stuff that's all wrapped up into this little tiny Flat Earth thing. A lot of people, well, it's exploded. Well, it's exploded because a lot of people re-upped and re-upped and re-upped and re-upped and re-upped a lot of videos that a lot of people did, including some of mine. And I truly believe Flat Earth is a damn psyop to cover up. It's just a limited hangout to cover up a bigger truth. Whatever that truth is, I don't know.
Hey, let's get Barbie in here on that. What do you think about what Jeff just said, Barbie?
Wow. Don't hate me, folks, but Jeff is spot on about so much. Because I say this all the time about, I think what Jeff's talking about is like historical revisionism. And do you know your history? And in 100 years, can I feed you this and you will believe that?
Yeah, and what's a more perfect scapegoat to back it all up other than NASA?
Nothing, Jeff. Nothing. I mean, honestly,
I mean, they're chemtrailing you, NASA. The
exactly.
devil invented NASA, NASA invented chemtrails.
They're dumping lithium on you at night.
They're dumping
people.
lithium, strontium, borium. They're dropping dried red blood cells. They're dropping aluminum by the fucking ton. They're dropping, and this is what they admit to.
They admit to it. Oh, we only drop lithium on you at night, you freaking wingnuts.
No, they said no. The guy from NASA that we recorded said very clearly we haven't been we sprayed only at night from 1940 all the way up to 70 something, and then we started spraying during the daytime. And if you want to talk to them more about that, who do you go see? The aeronautics program at Clemson University, and that's where all the chemtrails actually originate. The whole program for chemtrails is organized right out of Clemson.
It is, and I am like,
and that's through NASA. That's like a NASA school thing.
I'm 30 minutes from Clemson. I'm not going to speak about some of the crazy stuff I've done to try to get answers and what's happened to me. But Jeff is right. We are living in this place where time is of the essence and history is of the essence. And if I can adjust that for you, I will definitely do that. And in 100 years, you will feel my perspective. And what is the biggest clusterfuck? I mean, what's more huge than that? And what is actually behind that? It can't be flat Earth. I agree with Jeff on this. There's something much larger behind it.
Let's get Vlad in on that. And Tracy. You want to go, Tracy?
We'll let Vlad go this time, and I'll go next.
All right.
I was caught up in the conversation. What was the initial question? I was listening to Barbie and Jeff.
Well, come on, help me out, Jeff. What was it talking about? What were we talking about?
Originally, hell, I don't know, man. That's what I'm saying. If you allow me to talk,
I mean, the significance of it?
No, they were getting at what might be bigger. What Barbie was saying, what might be bigger, right?
Oh yeah, what are they hiding? What do you think they might be hiding?
I think it has to be the creator. Though, once people fully understand what a creator means, people won't be enslaved anymore. Because I feel that 90% of the world is enslaved, by their own will. And once you understand, because of the whole evolution thing being pushed for decades and decades, and once you get past that and see that you have value, it's all going to fall apart for them, for the ones that's controlling everybody. I think that's the biggest thing, and the flat Earth is part of that, because it shows that it is a creator and this isn't no accident. Once people get past that, it ain't about, oh, the Earth's flat. It's no, we have value. The whole thing is value, and you're not going to put up with this crap. Nobody's going to put up with this crap anymore. The thing is, that there's a lot of people that are still doing that. I've known for a lot of years about a lot of stuff, not the flat Earth, but a lot of other stuff, and I've known about stuff that's been going on with the whole enslaving everybody. Like slavery never ended when they say it did. It encompassed everybody, and not just black people. It's everybody now is a slave. That's what happened. I've known that since I was a little kid. I've been taught all this stuff. So I've been fully aware of all that. Now that the flat Earth, it gives more to that. It goes against what they've been teaching in schools for decades, the whole evolution thing. And once people see that, it's going to change. That's what I think that they're trying to hide, and when they're pushing NASA and the whole space, everything space, all these new planets they're finding, and that's just, I mean, that's shocking. I've been watching or looking on Netflix. I've talked about it before. And I've looked at it a couple of years ago, and there's this random stuff in there, but now there's so much space stuff. There's so much these documentaries about evolution, and every TV show has something about evolution in it. All these different shows. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And they're really, really pushing this.
Tracy, you want to add in right there?
I want to jump in. I'm going to bump in on Tyler. She's been in for a long time. How about the new BBC story where they have, what kind of clouds do y'all remember learning about when you were in school?
What do you mean,
I remember
clowns?
What are the names of the clouds? The names of the types
Cumulus.
of clouds? There you go. That's one.
Cumulus. Oh God.
Cirrus.
Cirrus? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I can't remember. Yeah, it's just 3 different types, right?
All right, they just added 7 more, and they related airplanes.
Oh,
But they
how
didn't say
convenient.
chemtrails. It was the national. Listen, this is no joke. The National Cloud Appreciation Society in the UK filed something, whatever you file in the new UK, to get the science people to acknowledge something, and they acknowledged that the clouds are completely different than they ever were, and they named a bunch of 7 new clouds that are there now. They're just there, and they're there from planes.
Yep.
Everybody
Jeff,
go ahead.
Jeff is so right. We've got like some totally new classifications of cloud names. And this is interesting because before you got on, Jeff, I was talking about my mom. My mom is 86. Again, my mom rocks. So it's fair to say my mom's been around for a while, and she's seen like all of these things going on up above us. And I've talked to my mom about flat Earth. I've talked to my mom about 9/11. My mom doesn't think I'm crazy. I mean, she absolutely doesn't. So I said to her one day, I said, Mom, let's talk about chemtrails. Let me show you what chemtrails are. And I thoroughly explained it to her. And I told her, I said, look up, Mom. Now my mom comes to me and she says, oh my God, Barbie, on Sundays, there's so much worse here. Blah, 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 blah. But they have classified, and one of them sounds like a woman part. Let me say this if I'm saying it right. Wait, because now Jeff's gonna make me mess it all up. It is called. I can't do it, guys. There's this new vertical. They have made a whole new classification of clouds, which are vertical. And they all begin with the C word. But seriously, how do people not see this?
Because they don't even look up, evidently. All you got to do is look up in the sky on any given Saturday or Friday, Monday, Tuesday. It doesn't matter. If it's a nice blue sky, believe me, it's a fluke. They just ran out of chemicals or whatever.
Yeah, they did.
You know,
they did
it's
that
a nice
today
blue sky.
here.
Let me tell you guys how predictable this shit really is. All right. Let's see. All right. So I live in Central Florida. WrestleMania, okay, was a couple blocks, not blocks, but a couple miles from me. Could see fireworks just a little bit, you know, from my house. And the day leading up before WrestleMania was outdoors. And, you know, it's bigger than the Super Bowl. They have more people attending than any other event on the planet, I think. You know, consistently for like professional American-born professional sports. So they're filling up the entire stadium. And, of course, they don't want it to get rained on, right? So the day before, it gets real murky out. The night of the show, It looks like it's about to rain. There's a little bit of drops, and magically it just gets pushed away. And for the rest of the night, crystal clear skies. And then what do you know? The next day, about a day and a half later, flash flood. So it's pretty obvious what they do, you know. And a lot of that is just openly admitted stuff, like in Reader's Digest that I read in the early to mid 90s, where they're openly talking about their weather modification with salt spraying strategically and all that stuff. So it's a gray area, you know. What's weather modification? What's chemtrailing? Are they poisoning you? Is it true? I don't know.
I don't think. Let me just say, because I gotta go. I'm getting tired. But I want to say this, and I know this might aggravate people, maybe even Jeff, and Jeff will live. But seriously, I don't think that the first goal of chemtrails is to affect you, to like make you sick or whatever. Because there are much better delivery systems. And when I say that as a person who has researched wholeheartedly into fluoride and other chemicals that are put into your food, your water, etc. I am of the mind that there is something going on up there. Is it broken?
Oh,
I'm not sure.
I don't disagree. I mean, or I don't know why you said that. I know what they're spraying because I've done the research to figure out what they're spraying from the people that have studied the soil samples and the stuff like that. There's probably they got 1,000 different reasons to why they're spraying. The CIA says they were spraying over Iraq to kill the God gene in the local population over, Mosul. So because they had that freaking. Is it a GMO thing? Is it a weather modification thing? I mean, I don't care if they're spraying crap in our skies to, I don't know, alleviate the smell of cow flatulence, to combat cow flatulence and global warming. I don't care. I want it to stop now.
No, I feel you, man. And what I was saying about whether or not you disagreed with me is because if anyone is going to argue with me on YouTube that I am going to have fear for, it's going to be you. But I think that there's something. Yes, don't get me shite. Anyway, there's something weird going on up there. We just have to remember that this is filtering into everything. Our plants, our water,
right.
Everything.
I've just recently started to admit through the cloud classification thing and admitting what they're, and it's all the stratospheric wind testing and trying to shield the earth from the active sunbeams coming in, although the sun is in its most dormant solar minimum ever. They're trying to shield the earth from the sun and all these weird cosmic rays, and I don't care. Y'all ain't said nothing about this except it's global warming, yet all your I don't want to argue about global warming whether it's real or fake. I'm just saying if it's real, provide some real evidence. Don't provide me weapons of mass destruction, because that's basically your evidence for global warming is the same evidence George Bush had for hunting for Saddam Hussein by bombing Iraq.
No, I totally agree. It's like this is happening, but we're not getting disclosure. I mean, yeah, if there's something up, say it. That's not what's happening here. And it's denial, or these small sweet nothings of this is what's going on. And it bothers me because chemtrails to me, is like the one thing that we should be able to take into a court of law and say, shove it up your ass. And I don't know, but no, we're not getting any truth. And when it comes to the government, we never get truth. And it could be something so simple.
If it was,
they
wouldn't have had a problem telling us what they were doing. Now, NASA was admitting back in the 40s in newspaper articles that they were chemtrail, but it wasn't even NASA at that point. It was the U.S. Air Force, and then it got changed over to NASA, and they even made reports of they were doing this from weather balloons.
I think even during World War II, if I'm not mistaken, they were saying that they were using these chemicals as a way to like block the sight of other planes, because I actually traced this back to there, and I was totally shocked because even in the 80s, I don't remember like seeing this stuff.
Yeah, what you're talking about is when the Luftwaffe was bombing, I forget where it is, but they did aerial seeding, cloud seeding, and then put a bunch of mirrors on the ground where they wanted the enemy who were bombing at night to think that that's where the harbor was. And they would put the clouds up to hide the harbor and put the lit mirrors that twinkled down below over cow pastures and shit, so they'd bomb nothing. And the Luftwaffe was bombing this place like over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and never hit a single ship for the whole time they bombed the damn place every night. And then all they did was bomb cow pastures.
I'm wondering,
and they did that through cloud seeding.
Yeah, was that where it all started?
I think that was the first place and I believe you're right. That's the first place that it actually it appeared, because everything they do is for a military purpose. I don't give a shit what it is.
I agree. It's like even the other night when I was on BB's Hangout and we were talking about false flags, and I was like, this is a military maneuver. So yeah, I was so shocked when I was digging into the chemtrail thing, and I freaking went back to World War, was it II? And I was like, holy shite. And they're showing this plane, and this guy is blowing out this massive amount of chemicals and clouds that, you know, Stevie Wonder would be comfortable in. And I was like, no way, because I don't remember seeing this before. But I don't know.
NASA has a if you look on YouTube, NASA engine testing Georgia rain. Just put those search terms in there, and you'll see it. It looks like a spaceship engine on its side. And when they set this thing off to test the engine on it, it makes it rain in the next county. And the dude's like a couple of miles down the road when they got a camera where it's at, and that records the thing. And then the dude down the road, and he's wearing like this, like he should have been on a fishing boat, the fishing looking cap, and the raincoat and stuff. And sure enough, after you hear that, big ass noise, like 10 minutes later, it starts pouring rain where the dude's at. And it happens every day or every week or something like that. But look it up. It's there. It's a pretty interesting video.
But let me ask you a question, Jeff, just because I know you will tell me exactly how you feel. Do you think that, like, the weather modification part of it, they just stupidly stumbled across? Because I am coming to that conclusion. I
think that the Nazis found a lot of shit that because they were hunting for it. Their job when the Nazis would roll into any town, the first thing they would take over would be the libraries and museums. They didn't take over local government complexes and courts and stuff like that. And they were looking for something, and they were setting up shop down in Antarctica. And then here recently, we got the Antarctica thing. And if you ever watched, I forget that dude's channel, man, he was showing there's a plume of something that's emanating from near where they found them, where they found them a long time ago. But everybody knows there's pyramids down there. Everybody knows now there's pyramids down there.
In Antarctica.
And they got a base set up right near one of them damn pyramids. And I'm just saying, I think maybe they got some shit turned on down there, maybe, or they're trying to figure it out. But all the other stuff, I mean, whether they're trying to kill us or they're trying to do nothing they've ever done. Tell me one noble thing the government's ever done.
Nothing.
It doesn't matter what the government does. It's always, if the government's doing it, it's got to be done at the point of a gun. Correct?
Correct. And that's why earlier when VB asked, like, the biggest conspiracy, and I'm like, propaganda, the government, what the fuck? Excuse me, guys, but I got to say the fuck word. What the fuck is going on? And I think you're correct in saying, like, Germany had this unique ability to find out information. They were protected during the whole Holocaust thing. That was what was going on.
Well, they didn't find all of them. The ones that they found weren't even the best scientists that there were.
No,
the best ones that, like the ones that came up with the anti-gravity looking device, the little, they were working with the Brill Society, they weren't scientists. They were, mystics. They were, they did remote viewing and stuff like that. But the information's always been there. It's always been there. You just don't know because your history doesn't ever tell you how freaking special people were at a time. Sometime there's just so much. You might as well be a cat for all you know.
Exactly.
It's crazy. And do I think that any of them know? I don't even think I think that they think that doing evil shit is good because that's where they always go. They're the ones that sacrificing and eating babies and having child sex rings and pedophile islands and they're the ones that's all and never going to jail because they seek the power and the power protects power, and it's like I don't know what they're doing.
No, we can never know. I'm of the mind that, and people might disagree with me, but if I am this person in power and I want to mask myself, then I am going to throw out every bit of shite you can imagine. And one of the bits of shite is going to be, I'm a Satan worshiper. I'm not even sure that exists. Sorry, guys, but I'm not certain that this is not a mask from the enemy. Because if I say I'm all these things and you agree, then all you're going to talk about is what you think I am. And you're never really going to know exactly what I am.
Yeah, but these people wouldn't go to those great of extents to. And the people that you see aren't even the people that are actually in charge. You don't even know what their names are. You might say, well, they're Rothschilds, and you don't. There's people probably telling them what to do.
I agree. But
look at how many guys have gone to Washington in the last, let's just say, 10 years that everybody thought that would just like nail it to the wall. Like even like Judge Anthony Roberts, remember, he was going to turn down Obamacare. He was public about it. He was like, there ain't no way that shit's going to run across my desk. And like, then he votes for it and says, yeah, it's constitutional as a tax, and goes on vacation for a month. But how can somebody do that? They're all blackmailed. They're all compromised. They're all,
because
the system does. It doesn't matter who we put in. I'm sorry. Y'all go ahead.
Because we live in America, And in America,
America.
anything goes. I mean, honestly, but I gotta go, guys, because I'm getting so tired. And Jeff, it has been awesome seeing you. And your beautiful wife, Tracy, and Vlad, and VB. But seriously, I gotta go.
Well, it's good talking to you, Barbie.
You too, buddy. I hope to do it again soon.
Absolutely. Go get some sleep.
Barbie, it's been an honor to have
Yes,
you on
sir.
here. It's been an honor to have you on here again. Thank you so much for your contributions. Hope to see you again soon.
Thank you kindly.
Yep. Always
Bye,
welcome.
Barbie.
Good night.
I'm gonna go
Bye.
take a smoke break. Maybe Vlad will sing us a song while we're taking a break.
That have it your way song? No, I don't even know what it is.
What happened, bro? You getting all caught up in the conversation?
Yeah. Do I sound better?
Oh yeah, much better.
Yeah, I switched not only headsets, but I went back to my computer instead of being on my phone. I just wanted to show the moon earlier. It sucked I didn't get to zoom in, but it still kind of could see it. And then with the clouds going in front of it, that looked kind of cool, I thought.
You can't do that with the laptop though, huh?
No, I had to bring it outside, and then it just be the little cheap camera that has I have on the computer. I don't have a webcam, an external one.
Yeah, my actual laptop's pretty fucking large. I can't really like walk around. I mean, I could, but I just don't want to. I got it all set up in my station and everything.
Yeah, mine's a touchscreen one, and it's not too big, but I know that
So
the camera quality is gonna be bad.
let me ask you this, Vlad.
Yeah.
Or Tracy, whoever wants to go first. What if the entire recent missile strike on Syria is straight up bullshit and it's all 1984 and it's all digital images on a TV screen and nothing more? What do you got to say about that?
I would believe it, just for the mere fact that some of this stuff. I think I don't know if it was Russian vids or somebody showed some of the people are supposed to be hurt and over there, and it doesn't even look real. I mean, you can tell it's made up. They just put fake blood on them and stuff. With some of the images that they're putting out. So yeah, I wouldn't put it past them and all being fake.
I don't even follow it. They're already putting out fake blood shit. They're already putting out Boston bombing style shit.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was on Russian vids or I never save any videos. I should start doing that. But yeah, I was just going through videos and it's something that came up. I was like, okay, what's going on with this? And then it showed like always the little kids. It's showing the little kids, and you say they got fake blood on them and stuff. I'm pretty sure it's Russian vids that had that. That's usually the person that has a lot of that stuff on there that goes right to that.
Yeah, he links it up real good.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing the last couple of days, bro? I mean, you just been chilling. I mean, did you travel?
No, I haven't traveled yet.
Oh,
I've just been hanging out. Just trying to figure out because I haven't been working with my brother-in-law doing the concrete, so I've been trying to figure out my eBay stuff, and that stuff's not selling right now. So I don't know what's going on with that. The prices of that stuff's so damn low, and I'm practically giving it away. So I think it's just not something stuff's just not selling. My sister's having the same problem. The one that lives in Phoenix, she does
Yeah.
that too. That's where I learned it from. Is her husband. So I'm just that, and I just been thinking about my cousins. Both of my cousins that's passed away, or just memories of just growing up with them and stuff. So that's been cycling into my brain.
You spent a lot of time with them?
Oh yeah. I grew up with them. I haven't seen them in a couple of years since I've been in Oklahoma for a year, and then I've been out here for almost 2 years. So it's been 3 years since I've been in Arizona, and I seen by a few months before I left. So it's been a little over 3 years since I've seen them. And talking to them, it's kind of hard. The one that's passed away, actually both of them, they had the old flip phones. They weren't in big into the tech savvy. They weren't into the whole technical thing. So they had the old flip phones. They hardly text. And the one cousin Ricky that just died, he was hard of hearing, so he couldn't really talk to him. He'd always tell me, "Just come over, dude. Just come over. Come over and hang out. I can't hear you." So I couldn't really, I wouldn't be able to talk to him too long if I would have called him. and the whole texting thing. They never did that. So once I moved, it was kind of hard to keep in contact with them.
And they were older than you or younger than you?
Older. The one that died 6 months ago. He was 49, and I was 46 at the time. It was like last year, like about 6 months ago. And then the one just died Monday was 55. So that's 55.
Well, like I said before, man, hopefully everybody out there listening to this, the prayers and the love go to you and your family, bro, for that, I think, it's part of life.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody that's giving me condolences.
Yeah. Because, I know you've been kind of subdued lately. Usually, you and me chit-chat a little bit more, but I know it's been, a messed up time. So,
yeah.
It's all good, though. You're still chilling. You're still hanging.
Oh, yeah. I'm not – I haven't gotten too emotional about it. I'm not getting emotionally disturbed, as one person puts it, but –
Well,
I have all fond memories of them, so it's just something I'm looking on. It's happy memories, so it's nothing to get all, upset and emotional about.
Yeah. My cousins, they all live in different states. I never really saw much of them, really much at all. So it's kind of odd, But I gotta go way back in the chat, and give a shout out to fucking Test Vision, okay? Because he says, give us a shout out, VB. So shout out to Test Vision, motherfucker. And he says he wants the VB fame. He wants the VB fame for getting a shout out from VB on the Validation Boy live stream. Okay, Test Vision. All right. I'm sure, Vlad, you've had your fun with Test Vision over in Tim Osmond's and other various chat rooms and whatnot.
Oh, not really. No, I haven't gotten any things which I've seen him over there. I just never gotten no disputes with him. I remember the only one I remember not getting long conversations, not disputes, but conversations with was the, oh God, who was it? Oh, the Jim Panda. I know that was shocking hearing him talk. I never heard him talk before. I was like, whoa.
Well, when
he was on here last time he had a hangout, I never heard him before that. I only know him from chats getting banned from everywhere, and he has all those accounts. I just remember all that. So it's interesting to actually hear him talk.
I don't think Jim Panda has a lot of accounts. I think he's just got one that.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that right or wrong?
Somebody's impersonating him then.
I mean, because I remember Jim Panda from freaking a year ago. He had me blocked. I couldn't even join chats that he was on because he had me blocked. Unless he had me blocked on everybody. I mean, I don't know.
Well, he was a guest on my show. On my last show, I had Patricia Steer, Barbi Mcgill, and Gem Panda. Patricia was the first hour, and then Barbi Mcgill and Gem Panda 2012 came on and had a really civil discussion. And, thing is with Gem Panda, I guess he's stalked and trolled the shit out of other, bigger channels and stuff. But for some reason, he's always been quite respectful to me. I think he had a go at me a long time ago, but, it's all in good fun. And I respect him and he's respectful to me. So I decided, hey, I was just going to send him a link to the show. I sent a link out to a bunch of people. So he came on and Gem Panda is really, he's the man, he's been nothing but nice to me. So I on a one-on-one basis, same thing, like Jeff, there's got to be people out there, back in the day. The fact that I got Jeff Stewart on my show right now and then we're just all chilling, the symbology and Earth Sweetheart at the same time, just the symbolism of it. Everyone's going to try to read into it or something, and screw them. I go on a one-on-one basis by everybody and you ain't been nothing but totally respectful to me. Even after I had a video about mentioning your name out for a long time, which I took down a long time ago now, but it was out there for a long time. And you were always totally respectful to me. So I never saw what it was when people were telling me, don't hang out with Jeff Stewart, man. Don't hang out with that guy. It's like, why? He meant nothing but respectful to me. So I just thought I'd throw that out there on the public, on the air for everybody to hear right from my fucking face. Okay. All the fucking haters. Fuck you. So
honestly, the only people you'll hear that from are dogmatic flat earthers. Really, and I was one at one time, but
I'm the original flat earth dogmatist. Okay, continue.
Hey, Dan's out there. Let's get him in here. Dan, why don't you come in here and join us?
So anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just hitting my fucking hangout. I didn't mean to do that, BB. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
What?
BB, would you please invite my friend Dan into the chat?
Dan who?
Hey, Daniel Pratt.
Dan,
How you
Dan
doing?
Pratt out there in chat.
Oh, how do I get to him?
Just type in his name and the invite. Just click the add button because he's on his phone. Click your add button to the chat and then start typing his name. It'll pop up with his icon. And if he don't want to come on, he won't answer it. Oh no! Come on.
See, there's about 1,700 fucking Daniel Pratts though.
Here, let me give it to you in our chat. Let me give you his email in our chat. It starts off with.
No. Hey, you got the link right now. If you got contact with him, send him.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can just bounce him the. No, you got to share controls because he doesn't go in like I can't email it to him. No, you got to share controls with me so I can get him in here.
No, take that link that you have. Wherever it was, how did she send it to you?
No, she emailed it to me, but I gotta send it to his phone, and I can only do that through the add button. I gotta give you his email address. Hold on, I'll give it to you in our chat in the back here.
Okay.
I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I gotta find it. So talk about something else. Continue.
Vlad, what was I just saying, bro?
I forgot already. I'm scattered.
Oh, come on.
I'm scatterbrained right now. I'm processing all the conversation you guys have been having. I mean, I was enjoying it, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Well, if you don't interrupt, if you wait 5 minutes, it'll be somewhere else.
Yeah, I know.
That's for sure.
Yep, and that's what happened.
Oh, damn. Dan. What is your email address? Oh, I could tell you if I wasn't thinking about it, it popped right in my head. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, that's me. Oh, you sent that to me. Oh, shit, stop.
I popped it in there. Just share it to him.
God damn it. Well, is he even going to join us?
Man, that'd be such an honor, wouldn't it?
Damn. Dan, what is the first two letters of your email address, please? Or the first three letters, actually. Damn.
You know what I could do too? I got this.
Damn it, Dan.
This is funny.
I can get it. Hold on a second. I can get it.
I got this.
I used to bounce him everything. So he's in here. There.
All right.
He says he's not going to join the carry on.
He's going to join now. No, we done got into this now.
I know.
Put some work into it, brother. Sorry.
Yeah, you got to join now.
Dang. Wait a minute, Dan. Is the first word of your email address "I'm a girl"? No, wait a minute. That ain't it. Hold on a second. Hold on. That ain't it. Never mind.
Here's the thing. It's been sent to Mr. Pratt's YouTube private messages inbox.
There you go. No, he can't do that. I don't think he can get into his private messages on his phone. Yeah, I wasn't even looking in my sent mail. I was looking in my inbox. Hold on.
Well, anyways, what were we talking about? So Dan,
Yes, here it is. I got it.
Are you sure?
I got it. Yes, I got it. Here, I'm putting it in the chat in here.
don't put it on the live chat.
No, just for us. Only we can see this. Now, send that through the invite system. Don't email it to him. Send it as put that in the invite box. Then he can join.
I don't see nothing in there.
In our
Anyways.
chat in here.
Well, I don't think he wants to join anyways. That's all right. He don't have to. Dang it. But so, Jeff, what about if this whole Syrian strike is nothing but CGI bullshit?
Well, I would have to think about that.
I mean, is that a possibility?
I'd even have to think about that before I spoke on it. I haven't even thought that to be even a possibility. I have thought it to be a possible false flag. Well, are you talking about our airstrike, our missile strike on the on their base, or the supposed chemical weapons attack? And which one?
I'm talking about the first, big news breaking, rocket launch at Syria.
Right. We sent 50 something Tomahawks into Idlib to take out a base that had storage containers with supposed sarin gas. That's exactly what you do when you want to keep the population from being overcome and dying from sarin gas poison, is keep it from going airborne. So the first thing you do is you blow it up.
Yeah, to make it airborne.
And then, of all the things to do, why would you even if the story was true about some kids dead in the street, they done proved 2 of the previous sarin gas bombs to be false flags. They were nothing more than chlorine bombs at best. I did a video on it. I mean, if you want to see how fast sarin gas kills somebody, you won't even walk up to a dead body and be dragging it around and handling it and taking it to the doctor, because you'll die too. And then everybody that touches you dies. That's how sarin works. So unless everybody and all them pictures that everybody saw on the news, unless all them people are all dead, it wasn't the sarin gas.
There's Dan.
Yep, Validation Boy live stream's been joined by Daniel Pratt. Good to have you on here, bro.
Thanks for having me. I can join for a couple minutes. Am I on video?
Yeah.
No. It's just your icon. Turn his volume up. He ain't sharing controls with me, Dan. All right, go ahead. Say something. Hey there.
Hello. Testing.
There you go. All right, we got you. What's going on with you, brother?
Not much, man. You got your tickets for the conference? It's right in your backyard.
Yes.
I'm excited to hear about your plans.
Yes, absolutely.
Right on.
Dan,
what are you going to do all week? Yeah, your kids are not even in school all week. What are you going to do?
Huh?
Your kids are not in school this week, correct?
My kids are never in school.
Well, everybody else's kids are out of school this week because of spring break, vacation, whatever.
Oh.
Didn't you get notified? It's the vacation all week long? He's breaking up. Dan, would you please go somewhere in your house that you got reception?
Oh my goodness. Hello?
Yes, we hear you now. Thank you very much.
Right on.
Dan, what time is it for you over there?
Shit, like just 7:20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're just starting the evening off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just finished dinner.
You've been on fire lately, man. You've been coming out with video after video.
Yeah, I've been trying to do some outside work, but it keeps raining so damn much. So then I just kind of get irritated and start burning videos. I just learned how to burn videos on my phone, so I've been playing with that for a minute, trying to get a copyright strike. Everybody's always whining about it, and I never got one. So I was going at it, trying to get one. I haven't got one yet. So if anybody wants to report me, go ahead. I feel much more like part of the club.
Actually, I've been flagging all your videos, trying to get you the age restriction on your channel, so you can get on there and brag about that shit. I hope you've been doing the same for me, because I want to get on there. I want to get on there with Pootie Pie and be like, yeah, see, they banning me.
But yeah, I mean, like, Dan's been, I was giving Dan Pratt some major league praise last time or one of the last couple times I was on the air, because, I feel like you're a damn prophet, Dan. I mean, you're talking about, things that are much bigger than flat Earth. One of them being free energy. It's genius, bro. I love the stuff you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any of the answers, but I just, like we all say, once you question the shape of the earth, I mean, damn, you really got to wonder what what the hell else are they holding back? So my mind just kind of wanders, and I get bored of the fucking echo chamber, and everybody's talking about the same shit. So I try to come up with other things that, and everything I try to, my theme's always been the same. Everything I go to is fuck the government, and I know most people don't want to come towards that, and that gets people nervous and everything. And I know if we, again, millionth time, if we just went to straight anarchy, it would be their version of anarchy. But it's just a mindset that I'm trying to get people to meet me in the middle. I know my shit's pretty radical to the extreme, but if you start leaning that way, at least maybe we'll get back farther towards balance. Is all I'm trying to do, I guess.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Flat Still Earth Vlad over here?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't watch many videos anymore, so.
No, like in the comments and stuff like that. I'm sure he probably comments with you. Probably get
yeah.
Yeah.
I commented the
just
other day
taking
about
these-
your Black Sabbath background music.
That's right, yeah. And I had got that off the Ice-T album. I had no idea that was Black Sabbath. So that.
What?
Did you get a copyright strike on it?
No.
Yeah, I've used a bunch of clip, or about 6 or 7 of them so far now. Black Sabbath clips, little short clips of their songs.
Don't use music from the UK like Ozzy Osbourne and shit like that. They will smack your ass every single time.
Even like 4 seconds. It's like 4-second clips.
I know, yeah. Even on little short stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Crazy.
What?
That's crazy you say that, because a couple of weeks ago I did a live stream and I played some it was the one where I had De La Ohio and Cathexis on, and I played some punk rock shit from 1983 from the UK. And I mean, yeah, it's like, trademarked, music is the same, any band, but it's just that but before they had distribution and they were a big band, their shit would have never been on a copyright strike because they were owned on a tiny little independent label. Yeah. But just having that little song up, just me playing it on my phone, basically near the microphone, it picked it up, and they sent me some kind of warning thing. So I edited.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I put up a video one time that just had man, it wasn't even a 10-second intro of an Ozzy song. And as soon as I hit the publish button there, it was already, I mean, I was like, how did that happen already? It was like, these people are some powerful ass people. You know, Ozzy Osbourne. Wow, that's amazing. These British people, they got such a big pull on. But then you see what's happening with YouTube lately with all the people that are being demonetized that, you know, actually have a large audience that do get a lot of truths out. You know, maybe not all at the one time, but collectively. And you know, they're getting age restrictions on their channels. They're getting booted off. You know, I don't seem to suffer anything like that, or never did. So
The only problem I've had so far is my Wizard of Oz video, where they're saying that they're gonna monetize it. They didn't do a copyright strike. They just said they're gonna put it so they're getting paid.
Yeah, I got a lot of that where they monetized my videos because I've used something, and you can like ignore the the little warning, and it says you don't have to do anything. You can ignore this and go away, and we'll be monetizing this video right here. And if you don't monetize your channel, you really don't give a shit. You're like, well, I don't care if you're making money on it or not.
Yeah, I don't have mine monetized.
So, you say those warnings that I got shit probably a quarter of my videos or have that exact thing because I use, a lot of music. And, but that never bothered me because I wasn't ever monetizing my channel. I was selling t-shirts. I was selling earrings. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't selling anything. I'm just selling the truth.
So, I mean, I know both Jeff and Dan have both said that, very wisely that people are sitting here arguing over this, that, and the other, but they're keeping us on the internet. Do you see this like activism, this alleged activism that's happening within Flat Earth? I don't know if you follow it enough or not, but see this alleged activism.
Well, it's the narrative. I mean, as I pointed out in my PSYOP series, episode 1, Flat Earth is a PSYOP. It's a limited hangout. It was meant to group up all the you could call them conspiracy theorists, although it excluded some groups, but it included most 9/11 conspiracy theorists, most chemtrail people, and chemtrails was a bonus that came on lastly, but 9/11 was first. Anyway, the government has a professional psychological battalion, or it's really actually more, it's several battalions. It's like 17 battalions altogether. They got thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people that they're online. They're on Facebook. They're steering the conversation. They're steering, a lot of agendas. They're doing a lot of steering. And, so if you look at the way Flat Earth happened originally, how it came out and who it came out with, and just look at just how it came out, and how those groups were just instantaneously already in business, so to speak. And these were camps that were set up, and they narrated these camps in a way to divide or to create a dividing line, so that anybody who likes this person isn't going to like this person, because they had already all the metrics from YouTube in the 20 years that YouTube's been around and how they've been collecting data and analyzing data and stuff like that. They knew what you were going to want to watch when you clicked on that video and it said, hey, watch this. And you were like, whoa, who's Matt Boylan? Or who's Eric Dubay? Or who's blah, blah, blah. So they already know your patterns, because you're not unlike a lot of people that are just like you, because that's why you're not unlike them, because they're just like you. And y'all follow the same patterns. So then they divide you up into groups, and then they'll drop a narrative down. They'll cover you all up with the same umbrella and drop a narrative down across all the groups at one time, yet they'll keep all the groups separated and interracially divided, I guess you could call it, even though it's not a racial thing. It's the best word I can come up with. But they divide everybody. These are the Christians, and these are the atheists, and these are the people that just question, and these are the people that So they got all this nailed down. And if you're out there all alone by yourself, and you're not signing on to any group or another, you are you're going to get eaten to death by the wolves.
That's what's happening to me.
and that's what happened to me. I mean, I was, I came out on Flat Earth within, I don't know, there was probably 7 people doing Flat Earth videos when I started doing videos. And that's how I know famous people like Dan. Where's Dan? Is he still here? Damn, did he leave?
Yeah.
I was a bad host. I was a shitty host, I think.
Dan.
He might cut out. It looked like his thing was glitching out.
But he's old. He might have just fallen asleep in his chair.
No, his battery died. His battery died.
But look at him. He's really old. Have you ever seen his videos? He's a really old looking dude. He probably needs to go take a nap right now.
How
He
old?
didn't even sound like he was feeling very good. He'll probably tell you he's something like 30 or 40 something, but I guarantee he's a lot older than that. Just look at him. You can tell.
That's funny.
Well, I'm in my late 30s and I'm the baby of the group right now, huh?
Yeah, I'm 47, so I figured that Dan was about my age.
Jeff,
what?
Jeff's in his early 50s.
I'm in my early 50s, very early 50s. I'm standing pat.
Oh, yeah. So Vlad, I mean, what's your take on Syria? What's your take on this missile strike? I mean, what do you think? First initial response. What do you think? Vladimir.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Jeff there. I had to question it. You know, I'm not one. I've never been one to fall for anything in the news. So it's like, okay, what's going on now? What agenda are they trying to push? You know, knowing all the stuff I know about all the countries that are not part of the world government. I know Syria, Libya, Afghanistan. I think they got taken over now by the world banks. And then Venezuela and North Korea, they're the only ones left to have their own central banking that's not part of the world system. And I know that's what most of that fighting is about. Now, I don't know about these strikes, but I know there's conflict because of that. They're trying to put them under. So that's
could they be hiding India, or could they be hiding what's going on with Pakistan now?
What's going on there? I haven't heard anything about Pakistan.
It's all about the heroin fields.
Oh, that. Yeah, that was Afghanistan too.
Yeah, Pakistan wants their damn cut.
Of course, it's a trillion.
No, they really want their cut. They really want it. They want their cut.
Yeah.
It all ties in with the pop.
So now that's
we know
that a lot of Syria has to do with the pipeline that was negated by Assad. Well, actually, Assad's father put Ixnay on that pipeline early on. So many people don't know anything about the Middle. They can't even point to freaking Syria on a map. They can't even point to their own nation on a damn map. They can't even point to their own fucking planet on a.
That's funny.
Syria.
Jeff.
Syria was a founding member of NATO. Y'all know that? Syria was a founding member of NATO.
I know. They were royalty, right? They also had a Shah, right?
No, they were under French mandate from 1940 something all the way up to 70 when I forget who the first president. Oh, it wasn't a president. He was actually not an imposed dictator. You would call him an imposed dictator if you were being snide, but you'd call him a prime minister. And then it got turned into the French stepped away, or the mandate ended, and then they took over everything, and they actually were and keep in mind that Syria is one of the oldest inhabited countries on the earth. They got culture that goes back 5,000 years sitting right on the ground, laying around all over Syria, and they can try to destroy it all they want to, but they ain't gonna be able to, because it's fucking everywhere. Everywhere you look around Syria, you point. And there's a fucking building that's 3,000 years old, right? So Syria used to be just like your city. It was a great place. It was free. I mean, they had, yes, they had an internal religious struggle for many thousands of years between Christians and Muslims, but it wasn't any different than the internal struggle in America between blacks and whites today. There wasn't anything that kept you. You weren't at war. You weren't killing each other. You were going to school with each other. And, it's like, yeah, I'm not a part of your culture. I don't get it. Yes, we're cool and everything, but, no, I ain't coming over for a pig picking at your house on a Saturday because, yeah, I don't want to be your token white guy. Right. So there's always been that internal struggle in Syria forever. And remember, Syria's been battling people except for Iran. They've really never had, Iran's never really screwed around with Syria. They've always had a unspoken agreement. And then when you enter Turkey into the mix of NATO, remember, because Turkey wasn't even a member of NATO when NATO was founded, and Turkey and Syria didn't get along. And when Turkey got made a member of NATO and a voting member of NATO, that's when you found that the deal started getting made with, Israel to take over the Golan Heights, and you had Saudi Arabia coming in from the other side trying to get their pipeline in. And, what we should have been doing what Russia's doing. But because we're not doing what Russia's doing and what Russia was doing, we're paying the price. The price originally was when Al-Qaeda formed through our U.S. government to take Stinger missiles into Afghanistan to take Russia out of the poppy business. Russia had to back off, and they pretty much went broke because they didn't have no damn drugs to sell. Now, we took over the drugs, right? But we did the same stupid thing in Syria, trying to keep the hegemonic position of the U.S. dollar on the Syrian oil. Remember, Syria provides 30 to 37% of the U.S. market, and it's the dirty oil. It's not the sweet stuff that comes out of northern Iraq or Libya or something like that. At any rate, they supply a lot of fucking oil, and a lot of oil passes through Syria. And so there's a lot of pipelines. There's a lot of tankers that pull up to a lot of harbors and ports, and there's a whole lot of infrastructure. And, you hear about you'll hear about a child's, you'll hear about like a mobile, Russian hospital get blowed up, but you won't hear about no damn port get blowed up with 7 tankers sitting there. No, you won't hear about that.
Oh yeah, huh?
That's not going to happen.
Once again, that's real convenient.
Israel is only in the mix because they don't want to back off the Golan Heights. And this is a territory that they've stolen, just taken over while war was going on in Syria. Fucking Israel. You look at the map of Israel and how it's changed since the 1940s. It's crazy. And now they're trying to take over the Golan Heights. That's like 10% of the oil right there. That's the people of Syria. That oil belongs to the people of Syria.
So it's really just about gang wars for oil property, oil land.
We went in trying to do a show of force in these false flags, trying to keep them on the U.S. dollar by keeping them wrapped up in this fake ISIS crisis. Yeah, ISIS, right? What a fucking name, right? ISIS. What a god. Well, who are they kidding? So, their only allies are really Iran and Russia, and Russia's already got interest in the area. That's Russia's backyard. And Bashar al-Assad already in 2013 there was a fake gas bomb, in 2015 there was a fake gas bomb, and now in 2017 fake gas bomb. This time we missiled them. They want his ass out. I got videos of no less than 152 world leaders all saying, Assad must go. And I understand that they need to put a puppet dictator in there, or a junta, or whatever you want to call them. So he'll let the pipelines go through and allow these, oil conglomerates to thoroughly rape whatever's left of the people of Syria and the heritage and the oil that sits underneath them. It'd be like somebody coming in and stealing the corn away from you, or the tobacco, or whatever is being grown or caught or killed or catched or whatever. So there's no reason for us to even be in the Middle East. Everybody knows that, and much less run a card game of just we're going to knock down one after another after another after another after another.
So you're former military though, right, Jeff?
Yes.
So I mean, how do you feel about this? I mean, you just wish that they just put it all to an end. I mean, do you feel like the service that you did for the country was like in vain? I mean, how do you feel about all that?
Oh, I didn't do anything special. I think that a lot of guys serve for a lot of reasons, and I'm not going to put a flag of patriotism on, all that serve. I know when I served just because I had two choices, either, I needed a job, I needed something to do, and they had the best game in town, and that's what I did. I didn't join out of patriotism or anything else, because at that time I couldn't even point at Syria on a map. I'm partial to Syria simply because I did serve with Syrians. There were Syrians on my boat.
Okay, just curious about that. If you were torn about it or anything like that, but I guess not. I guess it's not really that big of a deal.
Well, I mean, as far as what we're doing, yeah, it's a huge deal to me. There's no, I mean, I can't understand how the media of the world. I mean, I do understand. I just I think we're talking about what was I'm going to pass the ball. Tracy,
No,
lightning round.
I'm not trying to put you. No, I'm not trying to put you on this. No, I was just trying to gauge your empathy with the current soldiers who are put in these horrible positions. If you want to comment on that or anything.
Well, we certainly are lacking in a lot of even basic care for our returning injured. And here we can spend $600 million on a 50 firecracker boom thing, but we got soldiers waiting to get taken care of. Doesn't really matter their reasons for joining. Look at it like, if they were working at Walmart, and the damn forklift tank exploded and they got a head injury. Well, you better fucking take care of them, Walmart. And just like, War Department, these are your employees. You fucking take care of them. You're not going to get out of something that basic American corporations can't even get out of just because you're the military. I think, a lot of military never, the old joke is my recruiter lied to me. Well, not only that, but it's not even that he lied about what kind of job you might get, but he also lied about what kind of shit they might pump in your arms.
Yeah, I've known people that was in the military, and he told me all about that stuff. When you go overseas, that all the stuff that's supposedly supposed to help you, it makes a lot of people sick. It messes them up for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things I've noticed, it was the IBS. There's a couple. I guess it's a mixture of about 3 or 4 of them. Whatever it is that gets injected, it causes IBS, which I'm pretty sure you know what that is. I don't want to say it, I guess. No. I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, walking around farting in your britches all day long because you can't control your bowels. Yeah, absolutely. So, and it depending on what time and what military you were in, and what your symptoms might be. I mean, it's all different. I mean, those dudes coming back from Vietnam perfectly fine, and 10 years later, they was dead as a doorknob. There's, guys in Iraq serving in Mosul and places with nothing but, nothing but shit shot up with, expended, plutonium, or what is it? Uranium. I forget, that stuff. our helicopters carried it around, our gunships carried it around, all this expended, it's the really hard stuff. It's I think it's uranium out there in chat. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Plutonium or uranium? Which one is it?
And I don't know what that is.
It's the stuff that comes out of nuclear plants, the expended uranium.
Oh, it's uranium then enriched.
Uranium, yeah. It's I don't know what the number is. I just know it's a really hard bullet, and that's why they use it. They make it out of that stuff, but it's still radioactive.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a rash of toys that they got rid of in America years ago that they were shutting down yard sales and crap like that. Y'all probably remember stuff like that, and that really was what drove that. Was previous to that we had been in Iraq, and there was a lot of metal that got turned back into the worldwide metal recycling market, and a lot of it was radioactive. And then they started saying, no, this is lead and this is stuff like that, when it wasn't.
Oh, wow.
It was real crummy stuff. They'll never tell you about that. They don't care. They put fluoride in your water, and people think that that's for your damn teeth. Okay, all right, yeah.
I remember when
mass medicate somebody for anything, the last thing you would do is put it in their water supply. I don't care what it's for. I don't care if it's for, we got to keep men's dicks from exploding. And we got to be sure that they don't explode anymore. So we're going to put it in the water system. No, not even for that would you put it in the water.
When I was going to the grade school I went to in the mid 80s, they used to make all the kids they swish your mouth out with that fluoride. And me and my sisters and brother, my parents went in there and told them, do not give that stuff to them. So I remember at an early age, all these kids, I was always the outcast because I was sitting there not doing it. All these other kids, there'd be kids swallowing this shit.
Well, not only that, but they'd make us crawl up underneath the desk and pretend like we were sheltering away from a nuclear bomb.
Yeah. I never did that.
Imagine our faces if one would have hit and it would have blown us away because we just got up underneath our desk.
Yeah, I don't know what that was
looks
about.
on our faces.
But I remember that. I still remember that. Every time I hear fluoride, I remember that when I was growing up and then feeling awkward because I was the only kid that didn't have to do that. So, which I'm glad, and it was once a week that they did that. All the kids in all the classes had to do that once a week. Swish for I think it was like 2 minutes. They were swishing off that fluoride for 2 minutes.
I bet you if they would have showed a truck backing up, like a big old septic tank pump looking truck backing up that said fluorosilicic acid written on the side and stay back 50 feet and no smoking, he'd jump out like a hose and a damn and a class 3 Tyvek suit, made for biohazardous material. He's filling up a little bit of stuff for them to swish around. They probably wouldn't have swished.
Yeah, but it said, but my parents knew about that, so we didn't have to do it. But it was crazy because I remember there was kids that used to swallow that stuff.
Well, there was doctors that went around with a smoke machine and blew smoke up people's asses until cigarette smoke, said it would be good for them. That's where that term came from, you blowing smoke up my ass. Because when the tobacco industry first got started, they were trying to prove tobacco is good for you. You had doctors on TV with damn cigarette dangling. Fuck, you could smoke in your hospital room. I remember teachers could smoke at their desk. I don't remember anywhere you couldn't smoke, really. But more than that, back in the early 50s, late 40s, I don't know if it was Philip Morris or who it was, but they made this machine that would blow. It looks like an enema looking business into it, and they would actually blow cigarette smoke up your ass, and they'd say it was good for you. It was like a tobacco treatment or something like that. And until that, I guess that went out of stuff. But they also would let you put a box, X-ray box in a little kid's shoe store, where they could walk up and step into a machine and X-ray their feet too. And this box was constantly giving off X-rays. There was all kinds of shit they used to do to people, and it wasn't that long ago that medicine really was very archaic. And just imagine what they might look at 100 years from now.
Oh, I know. I've seen this history of surgeries. When they used to do it back in the 1880s, they had that. How you became popular is when you could hack somebody's arm off appendage, you can hack it off in like 2 strokes. You know, the
Right.
faster
Yeah.
you
Well,
do
you got to
it,
leave a little meat to flap
yeah,
over. Right. Yeah. It was an
there was
art
no,
to chopping an arm off. Me and you might not know how to do it. They did.
yeah, they would have like they would have people like have crowds of people and they would just lay in no anesthesia or nothing. They just grab like 5 people, hold them, and they just whack that sucker twice.
If he moves too much, hit him in the head with this.
It was some scary barbaric stuff, and that was just like in the 1880s and 1890s.
They put hot rocks on your back to get the devil out. 100 years ago, that was
The
cool.
bloodletting too. That's what
People
killed
be like,
people,
yeah, man, they get the devil out. They took my grandmama to a place called no, I forget the name of the hospital there in Fayetteville, where they took all women going through menopause who were losing their fucking minds because they didn't have any medication. And they would wipe their minds with electroshock therapy. Man, these women wouldn't know anything up until that day. You know, they came away from that place. You know, that's where the Stepford Wives came from. Take them to the doctor. They wiped their mind. Well, it was electroshock therapy back in the 60s, late 50s, early 60s. That was accepted practice to take a woman to a hospital and lock her up against her will, strap her down to a bed, load her damn temples up with some Vaseline, throw a damn sock in her mouth, and put a battery down on the floor and shock the shit out of her brain until she forgot all about having a medical condition like menopause and not having enough estrogen and how that affects a woman's brain and the synapses and how things really should work.
See, and I have personal knowledge of that because my mom's mom. This is in this. I think it was in the 70s. She would know that. Would know. Well, I'm from Phoenix, but she was ended up moving to Florida, and somebody robbed her, and she was found. She was running down the road nude, and they found her and they put her in a mental institution and did electroshock therapy to her.
They did it to most women that, you know, couldn't have. I mean, most women, if you don't give them estrogen when they're going through menopause. Now, and I'm talking about back before women were lacking in everything all the time because there wasn't anything in the fruits and vegetables and other foods and the nutrition and stuff like that. But back in the day, women actually who were suffering from estrogen loss, they really came apart. They came unglued. Yeah, they were very sensitive. They cried a lot, that sort of thing. You know, they they get real religious. But the men knew just to carry them down to Cherry Hospital, they'd take care of them, and they didn't see anything wrong with it. It was perfectly normal. And I can't even imagine that being not that long ago. It really wasn't that long ago. So I imagine another 100 years, they'll look back at us and like look at something like chemotherapy and go, would you believe 100 years ago they were pumping that purple looking Kool-Aid battery acid in them to get rid of cancer? And then the other conspiracy theorist 100 years from now will be going, yeah, and half of them didn't have cancer.
I mean, a lot of my friends' parents were in Korean or Vietnam War and did die young from, you know, fast hitting cancers and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's got to be true.
Well, Agent Orange killed a lot of people. Agent Orange killed a lot of people. There's no doubt about it. And that's, you know, aside from whatever. When they were shipping boys to Vietnam, they were loading them up with 72 damn different vaccinations. They'd give it to them in boot camp, and they'd separate them in different week periods. Like when I went to boot camp, we only got vaccinated once. And they lined all 80 guys up from from my company. And we had to undo our shirts, pull our shirts down, and pull our sleeves up on our t-shirts, and just walked in a line, and there was a dude on either side of the hallway, sitting on a stool with a little air gun, and they hit you on each arm. Get out all 80 of us in just a few minutes, and they got us with everything. And then for the next week, they couldn't mash us, and MASH stood for make a sailor hurt, which was 8 count, bodybuilder, sit-ups, push-ups, you know, running in place, whatever, just whatever to make you have a bad day. They couldn't give us a bad day for a week. And that's because we looked like hell and we felt like hell, because, you know, you might have, you know, I'm not susceptible to danka fever, but the dude next to me, he looks like shit with danka fever. You know, his head swollen up as big as a damn basketball, you know, but the yellow fever, now that's where you don't like, your body don't like yellow fever. So that's tearing you up pretty good. So that goes on for a week. You don't feel like eating or nothing. You just feel bad because you got all these different diseases and the cures.
That's real scary.
In Vietnam now, they were actively shipping, and this is what they are doing to, when I'm telling you to happen to me, is what they're doing to boys that they don't even know where they're going, if they're going anywhere. That's just the general what we give you. But then when they were shipping boys to Vietnam, man, they were loading them up with all kinds of stuff. Especially after Vietnam got going and they saw how warfare was going to be, they really started loading them up. But you know, the most used drug in Vietnam?
Heroin.
Heroin. What else was it called? Morphine. You know, you remember the corpsman, he's got the morphine thing in his mouth and he's like, I only got one less side. He's like, give it to him. Give it to him.
Is injecting him with heroin now. What about the rest of the platoon?
They don't give a shit about us. I mean, the people that's really in charge, they don't give a shit about us. To even think that they even might give a shit about us, that'd be like a stretch in some sort of weird imagination.
So, Jeff, what kind of stuff you going to be focusing on in your radio broadcast? What's that all about? Unless you don't want to tell much more information.
Yeah, everything's up for grabs. I don't have any. I don't really. I'll talk about anything. Now, anything planned? Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of going through the whole litany. I'm coming back out and just kind of going back over the whole litany of where we're at, why we're here, where we might be going, what it might look like for you and me. We're still here. I don't think they really give a shit if we're still here or not. I mean, everything they do to me, it just seems like they don't really give a shit whether we're here tomorrow or not. Like, we're all gone tomorrow. Like, they really, hey, don't care.
You expecting an apocalyptic genocide of all humanity?
Maybe not all at one time. But between chemtrails, GMOs, fluoride, anything else they might be giving to us, just the current status of the downhill run. And you look, you know, between the immigrant crisis in the Middle East, the fake and, well, not fake, but the planned immigrant crisis throughout the Middle East and through Europe is going to be a big problem. And you know, a lot of people ain't even thinking about that. They just now pegged, actually Brussels allowed the Fed to take over the euro. Did y'all know that? That was about a week and a half ago. Brussels said, yeah, the Federal Reserve can take over the euro. So they weren't just pegged to the dollar. Now they are. The euro is the dollar now. The euro is the dollar. People think, well, that don't mean nothing. Yeah, it means something, because when the euro, all right. So when all the paying members of the European Union, like you know, all the people that are trying to get the fuck out now, like France is going to do as soon as Marie Le Pen gets, if she doesn't get arrested first by, some sort of criminal, whatever, investigation for like saying like, I saw that, immigrant woman had a veil. That would probably like get her 20 years in jail. So if she can get France out, they've already lost Great Britain. They're going to lose Germany because they're going to pull out, and France is going to pull out. Well, that's 80% of the funding that goes into the European Union. Don't confuse the European Union with the Eurozone. The Eurozone is where you're allowed to spend the euro. It's where the euro is widely accepted, in the Eurozone. Then you got the European Union, and not even everywhere in the European Union is the euro accepted. That'd be like saying, this is the United States of America, but not all United States dollars are accepted in all parts of the United States of America. How crazy does that sound, right?
Was the Brexit about them, United Kingdom leaving just the euro or the European Union?
No, they did that preceding this latest vote in the Parliament in Brussels. Now they placed their seat of power in a fucking Brussels, really. A bunch of non-elected parliamentary members, all from Brussels, all from the oligarchy families and the bankers, and they're the Bidens and the Warrens and all these guys, but they wanted to take over when the Eurozone was sold. It was sold as free travel, excellent trade. We're already doing business with each other, so we don't need 10 different IDs and passports to run from 10 different countries. Because keep in mind, if you live in the United States, you can take off on a trip and leave North Carolina and drive for days and 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 still not get to the other side of the fucking country. But in a lot of places over there, you can drive for a couple of hours and drive through 3 or 4 countries. They can drive through countries like we drive through states.
Yeah, I've been to Europe. I went to at least 15 different countries in Europe, and it really is. It's like going from Rhode Island over to Pennsylvania,
and then
Kentucky.
Yeah, and then you add the mega security industrial complex that each one of these little nation states has had to impose on their people for exactly what they were protecting against is what's going on now. This mass immigration of fighting age men and a few refugees in the mix. And the fighting age men, they totally annihilate the refugees that are there. That's the stories that you hear. It's the bad guys really taking, think of Syria and how tore up Syria is and how, unlivable most parts. You look at Homs or, anywhere like that. It's just completely decimated. There's nothing left. It looks like you could make shelter for a night, but I'd rather be camping in the fucking woods with lions and tigers. I wouldn't even want to be there. But some of these people are refugees, but a lot of these people are the people that Turkey and Saudi Arabia have been training up and saving up for the invasion. It's an invasion. They want to break the back of the Eurozone. Well, and if they can do that, and look at what Brussels just recently did. They wanted to actually create their own army.
Well, worst case scenario for me, a suburbanite somewhere in America, in the States, in Florida. The worst thing that could happen is that the euro, by integrating in with the dollar, somehow loses a shit ton of value. And it wouldn't surprise me if that's the way they do a soft crash of the dollar.
Well, that's their conversion. What the bankers would like to do and what they'd like to see is a conversion. They don't want to see a total collapse because they don't have anything to blame it on except these dipshit politicians. And that'd be like blaming all your problems on the retarded kid next door. That's not going to work. So they would like to transition from the hegemonic dollar and change the whole system. Right now you got BRICS competing with the IMF. You got, real nations building their wealth around a dollar or around gold. They're putting all their eggs in gold, while we're straying as far as away we can away from gold, except paper gold that's worthless. Paper gold. Everything that's worthless and bullshit about our system is the shit that they think is the most important.
Well, why would a small country, an independent small country that has the ability to decide that they're going to build their shit on gold? I mean, how long would that last before some imperial, fucking star cruiser comes in and destroys their whole shit and takes over their country? I mean, really?
Well, obviously that's going to happen.
I mean, it's all about the fucking credit, debt slavery, worldwide.
That's what the system is now. The debt slavery.
One world fucking debt bank, man. With maybe even with a fucking.
And that's if we got to be here, we might as well be their slaves. That's the thing is we don't have to be here. They can do without most of us.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they take the Georgia Guidestones as the damn gospel. You might call it Luciferianism or whatever. I call it, look, these people, they got a plan. They're already implementing it. Look, there's chemtrails up there. What the fuck are they doing? Whoa, GMOs, really? I mean, what the fuck are they? Vaccines, mercury, adjuvants? Really? Am I just crazy? Or are they?
Television.
They are.
The fucking TV, goddamn worst thing that ever was invented. I would kill the person that invented the TV if I could, but I can't.
Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up now. It's been about 3 hours. So let's go, with the ladies first. Tracy, it's been great having you in here. Earth Sweetheart. I'm going to put all the channels in the links in the description of this video. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
And then
she's pretty.
And then we got Vlad, Flat Still Earth. Thanks for coming on, bro.
No problem. I enjoyed it.
Nice meeting you, Vlad.
Yeah,
nice talking to you.
Nice meeting you too, Tracy.
You
and
too.
Also, we got the incomparable Jeff Stewart.
Yay!
All right, guys. Stay on with me. I'm just going to end the broadcast. For now, thanks so much for everyone who participated. It's been Validation Boy live stream, April 10th, 2017.